you up, Dick?
Yes, yes. Good, good morning.
See me coming through, Solana and some soul.
GM, GM.
And yo, ain't nothing new. Same old attitude. Very bullish, yes, it's true. And every single thing I do, we got limit orders coming through. Make sure my needs met, the only way I'm going in. If the profit's decent, it's no joke, I ain't eating. If the news is recent, I might have to yeet in. The charts are going crazy, don't need a reason. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season.
All right, let's play the song one more time, you guys. So one more time, what's the ticker? There's some more people in here.
Yes, yes.
What's the ticker food? They see me coming through, Solana and some soul. A bag of BE2, and yo, ain't nothing new. Same old attitude. Very bullish, yes, it's true. And every single thing I do, we got limit orders coming through. Make sure my needs met, the only way I'm going in. If the profit's decent, it's no joke, I ain't eating. If the news is recent, I might have to yeet in. The charts are going crazy, don't need a reason. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season. Oh, simple, it ain't all season.
A little later, Dick. We'll do an intermission song. Yeah. I also made a song for memes this morning because, it was the masturbating mostly Saturdays. Because of his acronym, his meme token, right? That we testnet launch. But let's
Uh
first say
huh.
good morning. Good morning, everybody, or good evening, wherever you are. Just know that you're always at the right time and the right space, right? So, yeah, let's welcome everybody. I see 1000X is in the house with us. I'd love to see you here because I love 1000X stickers like that, right? I see Nayal is here rocking that Trump Solana NFT from, I think it was Ned who launched that, right? If I'm not mistaken. And together with like Leo. Cholana, Coach, Gold, yeah. I'm just gonna sit and wait for some more people to come in and just happy if you want to join us on stage. If not, then that's okay too. But please leave a comment and repost this room, right? Or co-post a room if that's more bullish for you. Let's have a look at this market because we are seeing some strength back in the market. And I am gonna check some volume. I'm gonna check some volume on Bitcoin because there was some volume coming in out of nowhere. Tokens on Ethereum are really running hot. I see a lot being called on Ethereum now. Let me see. Yes, check volume. Bitcoin. Let's see what came in the volume because it's kind of lucky over the weekend. 26.9 billion. That's not a whole lot, right? For really hard pumps, you'd like to see 50, 60 billion on Bitcoin coming in. Let's check the volume on Ethereum. 24-hour volume Ethereum, 14 billion. So what can we deduce from that? Well, if Ethereum is half of the volume of Bitcoin, dominance is up and, or at least stabilizing. So we can always know as soon as Ethereum is half the volume of Bitcoin, that's one big indicator that dominance is rising high or remaining at a steady level. If not, then I would see Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, right? Then Ethereum would have at least the same volume, if not more. Let's check some see if it's nice to digit on Solana, see what the volume is there. Yeah, no. It's not that great to DJ on Solana.
Ever.
Solana trenches. Well, Solana, well, ever no. Solana trenches are heating up after 6 billion, and it's just 3.2 billion inflow on the volume on Solana. And so we see the trenches really heating up at 6, 7, 8, if not more, a volume there. So when I see 3 billion volume on Solana, yeah, you can degen there. You might have to eat your back early, right? It's That's just not gonna. Let's check Sui for a moment here because I was kind of lacky tacky with the Sui volume the last weeks, right? Because of that see this thing going on.
Hmm.
And it still hasn't picked up much. It's recovering. It's recovering, but normally it's minimum half of Solana, right? But now it's actually around 718 million on 24-hour volume. So look, no reason to be bearish here. Still, you're still then, having that opportunity on Sui, right? That's basically what it says. Yep, yeah. So let me check that volume weather, right? I do see a lot of tokens on Sui recovering, even with this little volume. And don't forget, Sui doesn't need a 6 billion. I mean, if it gets 6 billion volume, that 1000X token will hit a milli. That's basically what we're looking at then, right? So it's no reason to be bearish on that low volume because even now with that low volume, the utility tokens on a Sui, which are the first ones to pull up with Sui, are actually doing well. Deep is recovering up 5.2%. Walrus is recovering up 4.5%, right? Sui itself is up for 4.9%. So even with little volume, it can make these big jumps. So it's just because it's low cap, right? That volume, when that hits 6 billion there, everybody will be freaking, every bag will be pumping on that chain. So let's just put things in perspective for what we're seeing in the market at the moment. So what about that Bitcoin, another all-time high? We need to retake that 108, and it just hit 108 just now. I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
at it, right? There's a wick going in there. That's bullish. If we can retake any of this, right, then we can at least attempt to retake that all-time high. However, we need to now do something more convincing. So what's my targets then? If we're talking about all-time high, we're holding that 108 floor, right? So we're doing all these conditions that need to be met in order to do that. Then I'm thinking anywhere between 116 and 124, right? That would be my target. But I have yet to see it reach and do that, right? Because every previous all-time high is going to get a rejection at the first go. You never punch through on the first go. There's always a group of bears sitting there with a limit order. So they know
Hmm.
they have a target, and the target is what? Last all-time high. So the bears will be up there. We're just going to have to see if we get like a massive rejection or not. That weekly still is very much overbought, so there could be a hefty rejection in place there. If not, that weekly still has like 10 or 14% of pump, and that's why I come with that extension of 116, 124, right?
Hmm.
And that's if we hold the 108 floor. Hmm. And every time Bitcoin moves a little bullish like that, we're going to add that to a sign of strength. And of course, the dominance chart is looking really healthy, going up. Actually, it's the most bullish chart out there. That is also an argument for another all-time high for Bitcoin because the dominance does not rise just because Bitcoin is moving sideways, right? All is everything is just volume depending, of course. That is something that is just always the case. But yeah, we bullish. If you took out some trades, if you took some futures, like I did this afternoon, not this morning, because it kind of looked even Steven this morning. But I opened a long on Tao, Bitensor, right? I am trading Tars AI on Solana. My Sui bags are all DCA bags at the moment, so I'm not opening any leverage trading over there for the minute. But I am looking at these things because they can really haul and haul fast, right? So it has some, it has some of that positive news about Cetus and everything. So we can expect it to be bullish there. Let me see if there is some news. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, okay. What levels are we looking at for Sui then? Well, Sui need to retake the 350, right? It needs to test the 350. We're probably getting a little bit of a slap in the face there. But if we retake that 350, and that thing is going to haul so hard to all time high that you don't even know, right? That's because it's low cap. We can rally. Let's look at Solana for some levels here. All right, so Solana is going to get. Yeah, Solana 176, that zone, 175, 176, that is going to be a resistance zone in its own. Solana needs to retake as support. But yeah, for Solana, another all-time high is a little bit far from few at the moment, right? Um, yeah, that 200 is going to be a psychological barrier there for Solana, pretty much as Bitcoin needs to hold 100K for us to be, psychologically to remain bullish, right? If we're losing that 100K on Bitcoin, everybody is going to be like, yeah, we're all going to die. So these are levels to watch over there. So yeah, Tick, what's up? Good morning to you. Like I
Morning.
haven't said good morning to you.
Yes.
Got coffee?
Good morning indeed. Yeah, not a whole lot. Let me see. Yeah, I was just taking a look to see if, if anything else has happened with the attention token. Let me see. Infinite Sui glitch and what else has been on my radar? Yeah, I've been looking at those, and then, but yeah, so the attention token got airdropped to me like a whole like $1.20 or something. It was
Oh
like
wow.
80 tokens. I was like, because in order to get the attention token, you had to get at least 100 views on your posts, and a lot of mine only got like 80 views, so that was
Oh yeah,
not
that's
happening.
insane.
Yes, very bearish. So I mean, I didn't really.
And that did we get that in that wallet of GiveWrap?
Yeah, so I logged into my Give Rep the other day. I'm pulling it up on the screen right now just to.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up too because I was kind of upset being with GiveRep. I stopped kind of doing it because they need to fix things because
Yeah.
they're forever indexing tweets. I can't see nothing. It says I only did 2 tweets while I did 8, and it said so the last time, but now it doesn't. It's not counting my ever since June 6th. It doesn't count my give rep, even though
Yeah.
it's visible and it's in my good morning post. So it's just like, what the fuck's going on? I'm a little bit upset.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything in my wallet.
Yeah. Let me double check. Oh, you know what? I am mistaken. That wasn't air. I don't think it was airdrop to me then.
Oh, I was getting
Maybe I was.
excited.
Maybe I was testing. Maybe I was testing it and I only bought 80 tokens. I just noticed in my slush wallet though I had attention tokens, and so I don't think maybe I was testing it. I don't know. I must have did that when I was like half asleep at 4 a.m. The other
Yeah.
night then, because I don't remember doing that. But anyway, I just wanted to shine some light on that.
So
That's
for
been a total
attention
bust.
token, again,
Hmm.
I am number 273 for attention token. I got 30.6K views,
Yeah.
and that's on 13 tweets that I did. But it's still saying we are currently re-indexing, and that has been going on for freaking days. It's just like, guys, get your act together. I see a lot of other people giving up because at
Yeah.
one point this has been going on for what, 6 weeks.
Yeah. I've given up. It's
Nobody
like.
got paid yet, right? Nobody got any rewards for nothing,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a shame because you are giving them engagement,
Yes.
right? And you
Yes.
give them a lot of things. I gave them 30K views and 3.5K replies. That's a lot.
Yeah, if they use the capital, like the profits or whatever from all of the attention that they've got to redistribute it back to the people that participated, I think that it would have been at least something, you would think, because
Okay,
there's
so yeah,
a lot of
I
people
did
participating.
Rate and X, and that is right now a completed program.
Uh
So the
huh.
program is completed. I got the, it's not visible even anymore in the completed programs. So this is weird. So I cannot look it up anymore. I had, oh, yeah, now it shows here. Okay, let me see. Suddenly popped up. So I'm number 273 over there, also with more than 30K views, more than 4K of replies on that. And it is somebody calling you on the TG.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
uh, but look, it is closed already. It has been closed, that program, for like 3 weeks. Nobody get paid yet. We are currently indexing our tweets database and adding bot detection filters. The metrics displayed below may not reflect the final results. So nobody's sure on what they're going to get here. It's been, you were posting about that for like 2 weeks. That was 3.5 weeks ago, and nobody got nothing. So, and they're still re-indexing. So I'm flipping totally bearish on all of this. I'm like, guys, get your act together. We're not a bunch of children, right? We are people posting. We are taking care of our X accounts. This is costing us some energy as well, right? And this is wrong. They should be fixing their shit or have that together already, because everybody and the mom could have figured out that if you're going to give people rewards for tagging stuff, that there's going to be people trying to scam this. So this bot detection should have been in place from the get-go. I do not know what they were thinking launching this without something like that,
Yeah.
right? But kind of now they're using it as an excuse to delay all that. No, I'm pissed off. This has got to go.
Yeah, it feels like a
No.
Ponzi. Like you're
Yeah.
trying to pull your money out of a Ponzi. It's not exactly the same, but it's like, and they're like, oh no, we just need a little bit more time. Like there's a lot of movement in the market right now. And if you pull your money out right now, you're going to lose
Well, first
more.
of all, you
It's
should
like,
have
all right.
figured this out before you launched. Everybody and their mom could think of that there's going to be people who are going to try and take advantage of this
Yeah.
because you're rewarding people. So there's going to be freaking bottom feeders out there who try to scoop up without much effort. And now they come with this bot detection, but they've been having this bot detection on now for like 3.5 weeks and nothing is still happening. I'm just like, guys, what are you even? Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, not a good team.
Feels like a
I
rug.
don't believe you anymore. You're just, taking advantage, still taking advantage of exposure. You should shut that all down. If you cannot, reward people, shut it down then. Don't have people still posting about your shit if you ain't got your shit together. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
guys, I'm just sorry. I get this way because they are not taking people seriously. And we're not just random Twitter accounts. We are putting some effort into our accounts, right? And
Yeah.
at least most of us do.
Well, I guess
And
the reason I brought it up, it just kind of occurred to me, is that the attention token launched though. Like, so I mean that happened like I don't know, a week ago or 4 days ago, something like that.
yeah,
But it
yeah,
actually launched, so it's like okay, well they did something, but I mean we all launched a bunch of coins the other day, so it doesn't launching a coin doesn't really take much.
no.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it just kind of occurred to
No,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, but it somehow there's something not adding up there.
Yeah, it's weird.
Something not adding up. That token launched and it didn't get the attention, even though it's attention. And something feels off here.
Yeah.
Bearish on the team who does the and is not calling in like hey guys, we need to pause this for a few days
Yeah.
because we need to get this detection so we can actually give people the rewards who really earned it. And so that would be an honest story.
Yeah,
This
but there.
having this continue on, and then 3.5 weeks later, nobody got paid. This shit launched already 6 weeks ago. This
Yeah,
gift wrap thing,
it's
nobody got
interesting.
paid.
The people that they're partnered with, though, they're partnered. Turbos, Ika, like they're partnered with the biggest people
And well, they
in.
ask money
Yeah,
so
anyone will say
they
yes to
banked
money.
already. They have
Yeah.
these loyalties programs. That's not for free. That's how they earn money, and part of that money is going to go to people who post about it. So they bagged all the money already from God knows how many. There's now 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 8, 12, 16, 20 loyalty programs. These
No.
are not cheap, right?
Uh
You got to
huh.
pay for those. Also, I try to loyalty program interest form. I filled
I
that
did
all
too.
in for a SUI project. I have yet to hear something back from those because
Same.
I kind of wanted to have a quote.
Right.
Yeah, how much is this costing? No, I got
Right.
nothing back. That's freaking,
Yeah,
how
that's
dare you?
very.
That's your
Yeah.
potential customers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
I filled out the form too, and I'm gonna actually check my email for GiveRep and see if they ever got back to me at all. No, nothing.
No, because I did it for actually with the email of a legit program
Uh
in
huh.
Sui, and they
Yeah.
never got back, right?
Wow.
So, not even with my own address, like, I can see that they're trying to filter out something like that, but they know that project on Sui, and they never got back, and that's fucking bearish AF, right?
Yeah.
But they banked from like 20 programs already of these loyalty programs that are completed programs. They under the completed, they're not active anymore. So they got paid. These people, these projects, they paid. But however, the people who posted about these 20 projects never got paid. And now they're saying like, yeah, it's because of the bot detection. Well, how long is that? It's been 3-4 weeks. How long is this going to take you? Right?
Yeah.
Are people getting paid? No. And for most of those, you're getting paid actually into USDC, or in for Scallop, you're getting paid in Scallop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for most, you're actually getting paid in USDC. But nobody got paid USDC.
That's crazy.
So and yeah, so
Let's.
that's
So I just
what it,
found. I went on their loyalty page and
good.
it says so. GiveRep, they have a loyalty program with this thing called Untouchables. So Untouchables is an NFT project that's being released on Sui Network that hasn't dropped yet. So their latest post from 8 hours ago, it says, "Yo, GiveRep fam, Untouchables is cooking the spiciest NFT drop on Sui Network. This is the easiest shot to get in early 1,000 whitelist spots for the upload phase for top 1,000 leaderboard." Oh, that's annoying. So it's another attention offering
Yeah.
where for if you but oh my gosh, you get whitelisted
Yeah.
based on how much you're spamming on Twitter. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. So this is what they're trying to do, and this is, I see. Normally, this would be a good thing because the whole
Yeah.
rating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
I'm gonna
algorithm
have
in
to
X does not agree with that behavior. And I wish that
anymore.
it
Yeah,
did. I wish that it could see the difference because, like, there has
it
to be
doesn't.
ways that AI could detect that one is more human than the other one, based on
No,
like.
they listen. This has got to also do with the sketchy area that crypto is in to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
for anybody else freaking going off about the flower store on the corner, and posting, spamming the shit out of that, that won't get on the radar detected. But in crypto, this is
Yeah.
already like a hot topic.
Yeah.
This is already a red flag topic, crypto on its own. It is on every social media. X is no different. X is a little bit more, facilitating for crypto in comparison to the rest. This
And
is the reason why tokens do not have accounts on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, that kind of, because
rightfully so,
they
though.
can rug. Hmm.
Honestly, rightfully so, because people like my sister and my mom, I would really hate
Yeah,
it if that like those traps and those
scam
scams were that
tokens.
accessible. If they could just earn free money, earn passive income here, and they click a link and they
Yeah,
get liquidated or whatever. It's like
yeah,
that's kind of that's things would could be much worse. So
yeah. So
these yeah.
they demand you to have a business, so you register under the business, and then you're allowed to have that. It's just that, yeah. So a crypto Twitter is the most friendly thing for crypto, but never forget that even it is friendlier. Crypto on its own is a red flag in Twitter to begin with. So
Hmm.
if you are using a cash tag 3 times too many, your account will get flagged. And that's if you are not even showing any spam behavior. That's you just showing repetitive behavior in an area that's already sketched. So
Yep.
that's why we saw so much heads roll the last half a year of people losing their accounts, just getting locked out of their accounts completely, account drugged, right? A lot of people, with that, and some of them weren't even, um, you should be able to do a couple of rates in a day, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, that's that whole rating era is over, and it's kind of a healthy uh, evolution, I think, because it started to become very, very weird. So first, last bull run, everybody was just bull posting about their own bags.
Mm.
And there was no rate bot at TG. You would just dunk a link in there, and you would, not even a link, because sometimes that wasn't even allowed either. You would follow each other on Twitter straight up if you're from the same community. And then that will be on their timeline if somebody else made a post. And so everybody was on your post, and they were using the cash tags to find each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, they had this rating system coming in when people started to post links. And then people were like, yeah, fuck, I'm not going to push a like. And so that's when Shield launched and launched their rate bot. So the chat would block on Telegram until the goals or the targets of the post were reached, trying to kind of force the community, like, hey, guys, work for the bag a little, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, then people got bearish on that, being like, yeah, we should be able to talk even though there's a raid going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now when a chat is locked in TG, people find it bearish.
Yeah.
So you're unlocking the chat, but now the targets are not being reached because everybody's so goddamn lazy. So, uh,
They are. It's true. Yeah.
well, yeah. And now everybody's getting rugged. And what then started to happen, because people were getting lazy, teams needed to hire raid teams
Yeah.
that were doing all the work that normally community would do.
Yeah.
And they would cost anywhere from non-blue checked to blue checked, anywhere between $150 or $500 a day to do something that the community could have done on their own and
Yeah.
saved up money for something else, right? For,
Right.
hey, if you do that for 10 days, that is a coin market cap listing almost. Why are you spending that on a fucking raid team? But okay. That happened, but the algorithm changed. And if a lot of people, I'm just going to give you some alpha on the health of your Twitter account, especially for token accounts. So, 1000x Sui, listen to this. If you get a lot of engagement from non-blue checked accounts that are new and don't have a lot of followers, it's going to de-boost your visibility on X. So hiring raid teams is actually not to your benefit at all, especially if they start to respond under post from the main account, from the token account itself, because it's now actually hurting that main account having that low quality engagement.
Deboosting
Because
it.
X looks at the quality. Yes, if you have a lot of people with a blue check under your post, and these people have a lot of followers, you get a lift from that, a boost from that.
Mm.
Yes, and the other way around, if you get a lot of people who have skewed following, like have very little followers, or accounts that are fresh accounts, so less than a month old, and not blue checked, that's going to actually deboost you because it signals low quality. So your content is low quality. So, deboosting you.
Mm.
Anything more quality will be preferable in views. And you actually be suppressed in the algorithm this way. So let me just, first up, straight up. Also, never use much. Use the cash tags very sparingly. That's
Mhm.
why I see a lot of projects now having their cash tag into a graphic, right? Because you post a graphic, the cash tag is in there. So still people know what cash tag they need to look for without mentioning the cash tag, because you do that one time too many and the account is going to be locked, right? Or at least shadow banned for a while. And then if you still continue that behavior, account totally rubbed. So that's the alpha for that. So now we're in a time where people start to think, okay, then, what do we do about it? Because we still want that exposure on Twitter. Obviously, the regular people are not working for their bags anymore. So we got to come up with some solution for this. And so they now have these things like GIF wrap, where you tag gift wrap so they benefit and their loyalty programs are paying for that engagement. And a part of that is going to be a reward for the people who are posting about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there is now a reward. Yeah. But yeah, no, the gift wrap is not paying rewards after 6 weeks. So it's kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's then the new thing, so we can still have exposure on X. But the best thing is to still do it organically. If somebody's bullish about it, you should post about it, and that is still the most powerful thing that you can do, because all these programs, while GiveRap is not has yet to be paying out even one token to anybody, but they loaded already from 20 programs. So I bet you that's 5K, minimum of 5K what they pay a program. I can tell you that much. Minimum. So they already banked 25K, but nobody got nothing. So it's and that's minus the engagement on GiveRap on their own thing. So I was like, get your act together over there. But you're gonna see more projects like that who are jumping into the engagement, engagement marketing on
Mm-hmm.
social media thing to reward people.
Yeah, I can only imagine the monetization if imagine holding that account that's being tagged like by millions of
That's
people.
what I'm trying to, yes.
Jeez.
So that's why I stopped doing it, because that's all okay. But you got to pay people because you're loading your own, you're
You should be
pumping your own bags.
exactly. You should be
They're
pumping your own bag
making
if you're gonna be putting
promises that
that much
everybody will
effort.
get some, and it's 6 weeks later, and it's not one token
Yeah, it's
has
like
been
for
missed to anything.
those last 6 weeks, you could have invested so much time and energy into pumping yourself, promoting yourself. You
Well,
know,
let's just think about it. They probably got paid a total of 6 to 10 grand from Twitter alone.
yeah,
Yeah, because they bet you you bet your ass they're monetized by now. So they get paid a lot because they get a shit ton of engagement, a shit ton. So they get paid a lot by Twitter. And I'm being conservative with these numbers. Let's say these loyalty programs, depending because the length that they ran and everything, but let's say they're anywhere between 5Gs and 10Gs. So they banked anywhere between 25Gs and 50Gs just from these loyalty programs that already are done. And then there's another 8 in the pipeline. So they are raking in a shit ton, and nobody got paid. And now
yeah,
they're saying like, yes, that's because we need to filter the tweets for bot activity. All right, so you come with this idea, you couldn't have figured out who's, you don't have to be Einstein to figure out that if you're going to give away stuff for engagement, that there's going to be bots. Everybody
yeah.
knows this.
Especially in the age of AI,
Yeah,
right?
you should have taken care of that already. What is this? So I'm like, Jesus Christ, right? Like I said, you don't have to be Einstein, but this is a pretty lame excuse for that delay.
Mm.
So yeah. So there's going to be these new things for rewards for people tweeting about. It's basically another marketing strategy, um, that is being monetized in this way, same as what Shield did with their bot. But yeah, Shield and all these bots are kind of are kind of done now. Less bullish on these things,
Mm.
and they are token. Shield is tokenized too. I actually held Shield for a while when it just launched. It did pretty well. But yeah, now with this algorithm change, right, that business model is out the door as well. And of course, there are now free rating bots, or nearly free, in order to show some advertisement and stuff. So there's this evolution of rating bots that put Shield out of business, right? So yeah,
Mm.
uh, yeah. I don't want to be sour about it. I wish I could say something bullish about GiveRap, but I mean, this is, at one point
Yeah, that's yet to
you gotta
be.
see it and be like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's no good.
yeah.
Even though I love Sui and I love projects on Sui, I'm not gonna be blind to the fact that this is not good business what they're doing.
Mm.
They're getting millions of engagement, and I'm being conservative, but they must have banked anywhere between 100,000, 150,000 already, and you're not giving out rewards then because you couldn't figure out that people are going to use bots. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You know,
Mm.
but yeah. All right.
Well, I did. Let's see. I wanted to see if anyone wants to come up on stage. I know that we've got a few familiar faces. Cholana, 1000X. What's up, Blicky Mac, Coach? If anyone wants to come up and shill a project or talk about a ticker that they're looking at,
Or
we're
shield yourself. Could do that too.
optimize your X profile. I did want Coach to have us do an audit and have you do kind of go through their profile and tell them anything that they need. But I don't know if they're up for it. But
What, Coach?
yeah, Coach, because when I was looking at their profile, there was a few things that I noticed that like I was kind of guilty of that I don't know, like the constant reposting, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of like repost. Yeah, things like that.
No, he's doing it good. He's doing quote post. I see Coach doing a lot of quote posting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for your own personal engagement? Is always better to pin your good morning post or the most important post that you want people to see, because that's the first thing that people are going to see when they hit your profile, and it looks a little bit more sleek when you do that, right? Because
Mm.
it's going to be your best post or the day, and that should be the one that people are going to engage with. And it could be about 1000x. You could use that in your good morning post and actually do really well with that, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you noticed, but in the first when we started to talk about 1000x on Sui, I actually tagged 1000x in my good morning post, and he must have gotten like over 200 replies. They get crazy if people do that. So I usually do it maybe once just to make a statement. But that's okay to do, right? But it should be in your good morning post because that's the post that looks the best on your timeline. Yeah, Coach, you're on stage. Let's have a look at your profile.
Hey, GM.
Jam.
What's good? Go and
Yo.
check my profile then.
Well, I kind of already
Yeah,
did. Like you're posting, right? The quote posting is bullish, and I know that you're not verified.
I'm not verified, yeah.
You're not
But
verified, but
yeah,
look, that's fine. If your account is healthy, that should be fine.
I,
The,
I think it's healthy. Like
yeah,
all
you are.
most of those followers are all verified and it's all been quite organic.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. I see though one thing that you should change.
Mm-hmm.
In your name, you have Sui Arc. That should be in your bio.
All right.
So, you know, so here's what happens. Also, hold on, let me check your. Yeah. So that should be in your bio, right? That is not bullish because when you are in a space, here's what happens. I see coach,
Yeah, this
and then I see
what's it
only
called?
half of what it says.
Been thinking
So
about it. Yeah,
yeah, your
you're
name
right.
should be as short as possible. So when we look into space, we see
Yeah,
coach.
one
And we,
syllable best, right?
yes,
Like branding course.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
should
Yeah.
you should have exactly that. But that Sui arc is perfectly fine. It should just be in your bio.
What about
Also,
my what
yeah.
about my current bio though?
Oh, your bio is okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
been thinking
sure.
maybe it's too long.
No, it's fine. I have a long bio as well. I
Yeah,
actually get because I'm having hypnotists in there, so people are actually DMing me like, "Hey, interesting," right?
yeah.
and
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah.
also you don't have a website mentioned. Now, if you do not have a website, I don't have a website. Well, I do, but I you know I actually have, because here's the thing: a lot of people are gonna press that link. It's funny enough, but people press more bio links than they do links in posts. So you got to have something there that gives you some bread making opportunity. So what I have is I have my Rate and X referral link as my website. And I raked up about 180 referrals over the last half a year just by having that in my bio. And sometimes people say like, "Hey, what can I use for Sue?" And I'm like, "Oh, look up in my bio if you want to join to my referral link, right?" So I'm actually making like three, four, $500 worth of Sui every couple of weeks just by having that in my bio. So it's just another bread making opportunity, right? So having nothing there is giving you nothing. Having something there is giving you at least the potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a fast reference. So if people ask me in the space like, "Hey, what should I use for?" Well, the Bull X for Solana is the Raiden X for Sui, right? And you can go to my bio, check out that link. I can say that in a space because it's already in my bio. I don't need to send anybody a link. I don't need to, right? People can go there and it's easy access.
Yeah, that's right.
So have something in that website, something that is a bread making opportunity for you. That could be a referral link too, right? If you don't have a website, just grab one of these, put them in there.
Or a wallet trainer.
Hmm?
It was a joke. Um, yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
know. Maybe you want to
Noted.
have your OnlyFans account in there. I don't know. You got to have something in there, right?
Yeah.
Could be anything. I'm just saying what I have, but could be for anybody else. Could be your bread making opportunity is there to have a link there, right? If you have nothing, that is nothing. That means it delivers nothing. So you got to have something, right? Actually, some potential in there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah. So think
Just have
about
to think
that.
about it. I
If
don't
you
really have
go,
like
yeah,
referral links. I don't know. To support some cause, maybe.
yeah, at least something that can generate something, if not for you, then for something else, right? But you can go rate an X and get the ref link for there and push that one in there. Look, that rate an F.
Everybody's doing that.
Well, but it's fine because it might sometimes look like we're all fishing out of the same pool, but that's not true.
It kind of is.
No, it's not true.
It's just
You know what it
one big
depends
pool.
upon. You know what the algorithm depends on. It's not true. It really feels like that sometimes. But that's because you're not engaging outside of your group. As soon as you start engaging with people outside of what's on your timeline, go to some more diverse crypto posts on crypto news, let's say. Suddenly you see a whole bunch of other people there. Start commenting on have a conversation with those. And as soon as they reply to you, you're gonna land on their timeline. This is how the algorithm works. Right? So if you're not having fresh fish on your timeline, it means that you're not engaging outside of your bubble.
Yeah, that's right. Been a bit lazy with GMs and everything. Just
Are you Dutch?
no.
Oh,
I'm Estonian.
oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of like the
Yeah,
Germanic accent that I'm catching onto.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Fun. So yeah, that's what I would change. I would definitely make use of the option that you can have a link in there and put that Sui arc support also in your bio. And then there's one more thing
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be very important because if people want to tag you or find you, I see that your handle is at
That's a zero.
coach.sui, but you're doing it with a zero.
Yeah.
And people are not going to remember that. What they're going to look for is your screen name. They're going to look for, hey, that guy with a polar bear. What's his face? Coach.
Coach.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
looking for coach. And they're going to type in coach. And guess what? You're not going to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to change your handle to at least the first. Your name should be the first in that handle, because that's your name. People are gonna search on that name. So if you're looking for Tic, I'm going to be in the search bar Tic. But if Tic's handle is Abraham Lincoln, he's not going to pop up, right? I'm just or some country star, rock star, with your little white hat, right? So you can I'm looking for Tic, but if he has something in his something else in his handle, I can't find them. So that's not. And sometimes you want to tag people. It's like, hey, that would be interesting for Coach. And then I want to tag you, and I cannot tag you easily because of this number instead of the O, right? You have the 0 instead of the O, so that's gonna fuck it all up. Yeah. So change that. It's gonna be more bullish for you. Trust me.
Wait a
Trust me,
minute,
girl.
but if you're following me and you type in coach, then it should come up. No.
No, also sometimes not, especially because you're not verified either. And sometimes people, I may not be following you, but I recognize your name. What you want to do with your post is to make it accessible as possible on every side. Yeah. So you're gonna take away any hurdle
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
could be in place for people to contact you, reach you, tag you, engage with you, all of that jizzle.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it does work. If you do at sign
Yeah, if you
coach
sometimes
with a
follow,
O.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, if you follow each other, sometimes it does, but sometimes
ooh, I see.
also if you get, yeah, right. So, but I might not be following Coach, but still know and want to tag him. It is going to be also important for later on in your. It
Mm.
just looks more sleek too. If you have a website later on and you want to have your Twitter in there, your handle in there, it makes sense, right? It flows. So, yeah. To some people have that OX, and some people use like a 0x, and some people use like an OX, and that fucks things up too in the search engine by much. And look, if people on Twitter, attention span is like a fruit fly here. So if I cannot do this fast enough with somebody, I'm moving on. I'm not even going to bother looking for
Mm-hmm.
anything,
Yeah.
right? If I don't see a post that I can engage with,
A good
then
morning post pinned. Yeah. Well,
well,
a
yeah, exactly.
coach
Good
has
morning
that.
post.
I noticed that, like a lot of the things he does, he was doing like very correctly.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
there was a couple
yeah.
little things, and for myself, I know that when you first went through my profile and you're like, look, change this, that, and that. Like I didn't take it personally. I was like, oh shoot, like if this helps me, grow and like be perceived like a little bit better, then I was all ears to suggestion. So that's the only reason that I bring it up. I'm not trying to like pick on anyone, but I just think that these
Oh
sorts
no,
of things are helpful.
it may sound like it, right? But that's not where we're coming from
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try to make everybody understand, no matter how you fill it in, it should be always geared towards like the the most clean way that people can have access, the most fastest way that people can have access to you. And anything that stands in the way, even though you think it's not much, it is. Because look, people don't even read good morning posts. I have a lot of information in my good morning post, and it's just maybe 10% of the people are actually responding to the content. I know most reply guys are just like, hey, good morning, blah, blah. They see a GM or good morning, and all their reply is going to be responding to that good morning and not to anything else. And that's fine too, right? But I always think that you should give people the option to give a more quality approach so we can actually be friends and connect instead of having this superficial thing going on. So
Mm-hmm.
even though it seems like, okay, yeah, the majorities may be doing this, but I'm not here to for the numbers. I'm here to build connections with people. That's why you see me a lot in spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it little bit depends on in which stage your account is. Because when you're a smaller account, I think you can little bit do those things differently, just to have numbers up.
Well, I grew very quickly. So I went from I got hacked with my last account that had 18,000 followers and it was a lot older. And in October, 2 days after I paid for a year for my blue check, I got hacked because I didn't have that how do you say, two-factor
Oh,
authentication.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so I couldn't get my account back. I tried with talk to X multiple times because yeah, I just paid for my blue check for a year again, and then 2 days later I get hacked and it's all been taken away. So I never got to resolve that. So this was actually my backup account, and I made that like 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that, I don't know. Just someday somebody said, "Hey, maybe smart to build a backup account," and I was like, "Oh yeah, let me do that." So I made this backup account, but it only had like 200 followers, and within 2.5 weeks, I had 3,000 followers.
Wow.
And that's not
Yeah.
because people recognized me or anything. It was just for, you're engaging with other people, you're gonna get followers.
Hmm.
But I see. Oh, you have to get my glasses on. Mako here on stage, if I say that correctly, because I'm butchering everybody's name. I'm really known for that. Welcome. Good morning.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Thank you, Wild. What's up, Tick? Thanks for
Hey.
having me.
Good morning.
I always see Wild supporting on the timeline, so I wanted to make sure I get in and support her and you guys. So I appreciate everything you guys do.
Very
Thank you
cool.
very much, and I support you absolutely because I see the NFT that you're rocking, and I recognize because yeah,
Yeah.
I have the same one. Now, not exactly the same, but from that collection, I minted too.
Oh, nice. Glad to hear that. It's awesome. Yeah, I got some of the
Yeah,
boys in here, John Boy, Annihilator down there.
yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it. Yeah, yeah. Love to see it, you guys. I really enjoy these NFTs. That's a bomb collection. I think at the right time too, and I know maybe some people are kind of worried about that Trump Elon drama that was going, but that's good. That's that's
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's good engagement, right? There's no such thing as bad engagement here. Mentions are good.
Yeah, for sure. We were trying to lean into that a little bit as well.
Absolutely, got to take it and run with it. There's no
But yeah,
such.
no, it's a fun project. Nothing political. I know, it's about Trump, but
Yeah.
we're just having fun with it.
Yes,
Um,
we can clearly tell.
yeah, a bunch of different fun traits and whatnot. Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, our mint's only, zero point 0.1 Sol. So, rather on the cheaper side. We have a lot of contests going right now too. So if any of you guys are interested in getting one, it can result in multiplying into many more.
Absolutely. Tech. Let's put that
Hmm.
let's put that on the live stream
Yeah, I'm
because
looking
you
at
guys.
launchmynft.io.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we
yeah,
got the Trump Soul Club right here. Yeah, very
yeah. From Soul
sick.
Club. Yeah.
And this is Neb's
It's
collection, you
from.
said?
Hmm?
It's Neb's collection? Or
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, Neb and Cebus. I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
sure you've seen
Yeah.
at least one of them on the timeline for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah. 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 So I saw it already like a few weeks ago when they were pre pumping the bags, right? And for the whitelisting and everything, and so I saw it flying by quite regularly. Uh, so and then I keep an eye on these things because that's a bullish indicator, right? So you guys may not know, but we are live streaming this space on YouTube and on X, and it's being recorded there. If we find something bullish, we actually make some shorts, which we then send to Instagram, TikTok, and the shorts for YouTube as well. And we're actually raking in some views on those. So, yeah, let's pull up something, tick, and have these
Hmm.
NFTs up there. And then maybe Marco here just wants to share a little bit more about it, do like a shill that can be a little bit condensed.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, like I said, we have the mint live now for zero point 0.1 Sol. We have a total collection of 4,747 NFTs, in honor of the 47th president. So it's a rather big collection, but man, we have a lot of different fire traits that can come together and give you some really cool mints. I know you guys have been seeing some on the timeline, but we're growing our community organically. None of us are established players in the scene. We're just a bunch of guys who became friends on the timeline and started working on something to build something special. So it's purely organic. Our community is growing every day. We have a Discord with a bunch of giveaways. We're trying to do consistent spaces every day. So if you're looking for something new and something fun to join, we'd love to have anyone come join the community for sure.
Oh, awesome! You have spaces too. I haven't seen those. Next time you guys do tag me, right? If I have time, I'll jump in.
Of course, yeah, no, I super appreciate that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Wild. I think I saw you join one maybe a little earlier on.
Yes, I did.
But I see you everywhere though. You do a great job getting your brand
Yeah.
out there, and
Yeah.
you're a good one to learn from for sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Flowers back. 'Cause that's how it works here. You win, I win, and we all can win together. That's the thing,
Exactly.
no reason to P2P here. But yeah, no, I've been trying to do something, you guys, because you might not know, I was till 2 months ago still a professional athlete in powerlifting. I have my own gym, which is now being turned over to my team. And at the end of June, will be delivering my last of the juniors that I was coaching for their competitions, for their nationals, because they're going pro next year. And so, yeah, I'm delivering those. And then I'm going to be full time Web3. So, what do I do? I'm a future trader, right? I trade futures, buy a lot of technical analysis. I am, of course, a Bitcoin maxi, and so yeah, I just need to ramp things up, and that's why I had to lift my account up a little bit because your X is quite important in this space as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really impressive though. Do you go over any of that information in your spaces? Because I can learn a thing or two for sure.
Well, yes, on occasion, right? Sometimes just the conversation will go there, and I always want to tell people like, look, in my gym, I did a lot of lifestyle transformations just with lifestyle customers also. But I did competitions myself. I'm a national gold medalist, right? And yeah, I just told my short story yesterday in the space too. I landed in a wheelchair with autoimmune disease that was attacking my brain, and so I came from there all the way to lifting gold within 10 years, owning a gym, doing all sorts of stuff I never dreamed of doing in my life. So there's that part of motivation. But definitely, if you're looking for some alpha on training, whatever training that might be, right? I'm educated and certified in hypertrophy training as well as strength training, and then also, of course, for the federation, certified for powerlifting in particular. So yeah, for the big three, right? The big
No,
three.
that's a wonderful story. I didn't know that about you. That's really impressive. The resiliency to tackle that head on and not only just deal with it, but to succeed and thrive afterwards. Like major kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm trying to give back, right? Because there's a lot of specialists in the hospital that would like to know why I was able to do that while there's 5 people in my country that have the same disease as I do, and none of them are out of a wheelchair. And so they were kind of wondering why I was and how I did that and was different in my body. And turns out that strength training does have a lot of dealings in that because you're working with a different energy system and on a mitochondrial level, right? So your ATP level of output, which is really the engine of your energy for everything. So they do a lot of research, and I just voluntarily do 2 research programs a year. Uh, yeah, to have them, you know, use me as a guinea pig. I give blood, I give samples, everything. I do all sorts of tests just so that they have information to maybe help other people along with these things too. So I like to give back in that way, do my bit.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Where are you from, Wild? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh yeah, I'm in Amsterdam, so I'm in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Our guy Sebis, one of our devs, he just
Hmm.
joined as well. He's also from the Netherlands.
Oh, awesome! Yes, there's a lot of Dutch people in crypto, you guys. it's it's actually pretty big over here. It's very much already in the stages of adoption, right? It's not weird anymore. I just was actually at the hospital doing some tests. I came back and I always take the subway because it's faster here, and there was a big billboard, like a digital billboard, and it was from a bank, right? That you could buy Bitcoin now through your bank, and it's that's just normal here to see these things on a regular basis. Of course, there's the Bitcoin conference in Amsterdam yearly too. It's kind of in my backyard, so kind of a lot of people in crypto that I met in the space, and then you meet them in real life, right? On these get-togethers. Of course, a lot of XRP people in the Netherlands too, oddly enough. And yeah, yearly dinner with the XRP crew. Yeah, it's all a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm not surprised that there's another blogger here in the a blogger here in this space, uh, in the crypto space. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of Dutchies. I enjoy that though. It's good to have as much people in crypto as possible, right?
Yeah, and that's what's so cool too, being involved on X. You just meet people from all over and seeing all the diverse backgrounds and how everyone can still get together and grow together. It's a pretty cool thing.
Absolutely. I think especially for NFT projects. So for tokens it's kind of different because they have a chart. And when you have a chart, right, and people look at the chart, they trade the chart, et cetera, et cetera. But for an NFT, this is a whole different ball game, even though it's a non-fungible token, right? Uh, but there's no chart per se. So there's the art, right? No chart, but the art, and that's going to matter much. And then you really just want to engage, and it's hard to engage if everybody seems like just the PFP, right? But it's so powerful to have voices behind there that have something to say, right? Or just even let alone something to say, just a voice, right? Just realize that these are people, and that raises it a little bit, and I think that's necessary. I think that the doginal dogs are very powerful for this reason as well. The willingness to engage with everybody, the spaces that they hold. I think spaces are going to be a little bit more alpha the coming time as they grow, as it's another free platform to engage, right? Actually engage with something else than just typing words. So I think it's bullish. So yeah, Tick, do you have it still on the live stream?
Yeah, yeah. I got myself. I minted.
I knew you were going. You were so quiet.
Yeah, I for
You
sure.
were
I
too
got,
quiet.
and
I
he's
was
got
just
a
minting.
he's got a blue laser, which I'm so
Yeah, I was just about to ask. That one looks so
yeah.
sick, bro.
I got the blue laser, so I'm so stoked.
Every time I mint, I get like the least bullish ones. But when Take starts to mint in this space, and I kind of felt like he was. That's kind of when I take over and start talking a little more. I'm like, well, I want to bet you Take is minting.
Phew.
So
I'm like, this is Neb's collection, right? And then you're like, yeah, and then
yeah,
it's just like I go quiet. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. His knife
yeah, I
collection, right?
definitely had to. And the fact that I got the blue laser, oh man, that is so cool.
First, you get number 69 with a crazy
Yeah.
cat with a visor of some other collection. While I just got a bear with his tongue out. I was just like, what's this? And then I got a duck because I didn't find that bullish enough. I minted again. Right.
Number
And now you're having
69.
what? Now you're having a Trump with laser eyes. I mean, just you're always so lucky. You should mint for me.
Let me see. So I'm number the rarity is 495. It looks like so. And it's out of 4,700.
Yeah, 4747.
Yeah,
You got a good one right there
that's
for sure.
pretty good. 495. Cool.
Yeah. I'm not having such a thing. See,
I'm
that's what I mean. You should really mint for me. You're just such a lucky bastard.
Yeah, and we do have a promo right now. You mint two, you get one free, and so on. And Seba
Right?
said
I
he'll
should mint
extend
two
that to
more.
you guys.
very
Hold on.
cool.
Hold.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me put some more Solana in that wallet.
Like, yeah, exactly. Let me just go to this wallet.
Oh, you know what? Actually, right now is a good time to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take some profit into Solana. Here we go. So
Make some profit of this. Make some profit of this Solana.
yeah.
All right. You're gonna do one more. I'm gonna let you go first then,
How am I gonna do this?
because if I need and I start to use my device, I'm gonna put the space up in jeopardy, just like I did before, and I started minting and rocked the whole space because I was minting.
I'm feeling it for you, Wild. You're gonna mint, and you're gonna get the one you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I wanted 2-on-1 for free. I'm a sucker for those things.
Yeah, and how does it know if I go and launch my NFT and then I mint a second one, then I'll be eligible to mint a third, or how does that work?
Yeah, you just let us know and we'll send one to you manually.
Oh,
Our dev Cebus is in here, so he'll hook you up for sure.
okay. Bullish. Very bullish. Let's see.
All right. Hold on. I need to get some Solana from the ledger even now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on. Gotta make a check. Maybe we should play a song while I'm mint. Hey, we don't have a minting.
Oh, do I still got you? Wilder? Is that me or her that's cutting out?
Yeah, that's her.
That's her. Uh-oh. Let me send her a TG. All right. Let's see if I can go ahead and mint. Oh, there we go. Cool. And then, all right. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Let's go. Let's see what I roll. Word. Okay.
Drum roll, please.
Let's see what I got. I know. Shoot, I should have hit the soundboard. Another blue laser. What are the odds? And a bulletproof
Dan,
vest.
let's go.
See?
Dude, you're on fire, bro.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Now I'm afraid.
And a weed chain. Rarity. Oh, this rarity is only 1378, so not quite as good as my other one. This is number 1664.
Yeah, and honestly, sometimes rarity's in the eye of the beholder, right? You know, we have some really sick traits that might not show up as a high rarity level, but it might be something that hits just right for you, and
Yeah.
there's your rarity right there.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. I got blue laser eyes on both of them though.
Yeah.
That is
I really love the
so
pink
lit.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink background's sick. I love the ones with the crowns, and I've been trying so hard to get one with the American flag background. It's just evading me. It's elusive.
Cool.
Shitsies.
And then, so can I go ahead and send send my Solana address to Cebus? You said, or how should I take advantage of getting a third mint?
Yeah, just send it right over to Cebus down there in the listeners, and he'll hook you up.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me see. Very cool. Appreciate that. Let me see. So Cebus. Yeah, thank you for coming on here and showing us. And I'm going to be finding some footage that I can clip together and make some videos for. We do YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels, and so it's really cool to see kind of how that's progressing. It's not quite firing off like as much as I'd like it to yet, but still, the other day I posted a video. It got over 1,500 views in the first 60 minutes that I had posted it. So some of the videos are actually sending, depending on the way that like I tag the description and all that stuff. It seems like some of them respond better, and so I'm still optimizing that whole process. But we are on like an upward trajectory, so that's cool. But my whole thought behind this is I'm very big in like wanting to learn how to like onboard people into crypto that might not otherwise be into it, and in a way that they're not going to be scared to ever try to buy any meme coins or invest in any blockchain stuff ever again, because that's kind of the experience that some people have is their first experience buying like a meme token. They end up going negative 70% and then they swear it off forever. So I don't want people to have that experience. I want them to be more informed, and hopefully anyway, sorry, I just had a message that it just distracted me. But yeah, so what I was going to say though is in onboarding people, and with something like, I'll give you a quick example. So with something like 1000x on Sui, one of my friends in real life, I was, he listens to what's the ticker. He like joins us in spaces, and he really likes what we're doing on here. But I was telling him the other day, I was like, hey, did you get any of that 1000x? And he was asking me, he says, how do I buy? And to me, it's like he actually like, he has a couple crypto wallets, and he knows how to like trade and buy tokens and stuff. But even he was like perplexed with like, where do I even start if I want to buy 1000x on Sui, because that one you have to get it off of a DEX. So you can't just buy it off of like Coinbase, for instance. So yeah, that's what
Yes, that's how degen we are, that we're not buying on, that we are not. I'm so decentralized. I just use exchanges or something like Hyperliquid just to do my future trading. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else is so decentralized. But I sometimes forget that a lot of people new to crypto, the exchanges still have a lot of leverage this way, right? Onboarding new people, because as soon people start to Google something with crypto, they all these big exchanges will pop up, and everybody of course knows Coinbase, they know Binance, right? They know these things. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that thing you guys are doing with the shorts and making more of the space than just the space itself, I think that's a great idea. I don't really see anyone else doing that. So, I know you said that not all the videos are picking up steam, but you got to stick with it. I think
Yeah.
that's something that's different and that
Yes.
separates you guys from the pack. So I
Yeah.
would definitely say keep going hard with that, man.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I was going with that thought, is that, bringing people into it that might not be otherwise. And so me, by just creating this content, I know that there's, people every day that, get exposed to crypto, or they're interested and curious into, these sorts of things, and but they don't know where to start, or what might be like, a good opportunity. Like, people don't know an opportunity when it's presented right in front of them, especially if they're not into like mimetic, like culture, pop culture. If you're not into the memes and you don't like get what the references are and stuff, then it's not going to have that same value to you, and you're not going to understand why other people have an associated value to whatever it is that you may be trading. So yeah, trying to like provide information to give people like a little bit of a better chance at not losing money in the crypto space. That's like all that we aim to do, I think, because like both Wild and I, she was telling me she had kind of like a similar story, early on in crypto, where, it's like kept losing money, and then had to like look at the situation and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong here? I'm going to watch some YouTube videos on like learning how to trade. Like how can I change this? And so yeah, I love that. That's kind of
Yeah,
like,
there's always
yeah.
these two responses, right? People are
Mm-hmm.
saying crypto is a scam. I'm never going to do this again. And then there's other people who are like, okay, look, I lost money. I can see that, but I can also see the potential. And then look what I need to do better to make use of that potential, right? So you
Mm.
have two big responses, right? There's some in the middle, but there's usually two big responses to that. If people lose money, they either blame the project, which in all likelihood it was your fault to begin with for just FOMOing on it and never minding the flags
Yeah.
around you,
Yes.
right? Because you're a greedy fucker like me, yeah,
Exactly.
right.
I'm like,
So
that's me.
like all of us here, I know we are.
As I'm
It's just
minting.
you gotta, as you're minting,
Yeah.
FOMOing right on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta tuck that greedy sometimes in a little bit. But hey, let me just play a song about minting. Well, I'm gonna try and hook up the ledger, but I'm afraid I'm gonna try, but I'm afraid that I can't do that without losing the space. But I'm just gonna try and do it some other way. Hold on, so that you don't have to talk, Tick.
Metaverse lights flashing bright. Min NFTs, we ignite the night. Crypto crew, let's go, all it's in sync. Drop that token, watch the blockchain blink. Plug in the wallet, yeah, we ready to roll. Smart contract loaded, got that digital soul. From the mint to the flip, we riding the wave. Metaverse dimension where the DJs is ready. PFP popping, got that rarest trade. Floor price climbing, we don't hesitate. Discords buzzing, no squads in the zone. Minting our future, yeah, we setting the tone. NFT mid fever, we burning up the chain. Crypto party popping, we changing the game. Tokens in the sky, yeah, we light up the scene. In a blockchain where we live in a dream. Mid fever crypto, let the legend sing. Every drop survive, feel the metaverse sting. From the code to the art, it's a digital spree. NFT mid fever, we forever free. Gas on low, but we still pressing. Eat the screen glow and let the T-Huns bend. Solana or ETH, we mint cross-chain. Polygons calling, yeah, we switching lanes. Got my avatar flexing in the central land. Crypto art stacking, got the world in my hand. Whales in the back, yeah, they sweeping the lot. But the community vibe, that's the ultimate shot. NFT mid fever, we burning up the chain. Crypto party popping, we changing the game. Tokens in the sky, yeah, we light up the scene. In the blockchain where we live in a dream. Mid fever crypto, let the legend sing. Every drop survive, feel the metaverse sting. From the code to the art, it's a digital spree. NFT mid fever, we forever free.
All right, yeah, no,
Banger.
I can't do this. I
Straight
can't do
banger.
this without bumping the space, but I'm thinking about remastering this song right here. Tweak it a little bit
Yeah, that
more.
song was sick.
Yeah, oh man, we've got a whole. We
The
are down for crypto songs, my guy. I got
yeah,
country
it's a
music for
movement.
crypto. I got hilarious
We got to
crypto.
drop an album. We should do a digital album. We almost have enough songs now. Dude, the freaking what is it? I wanna rug you. I wanna rug
Oh, I
you.
should
That
play I Wanna
one,
Rock You. Yeah,
it's
right?
so
Bro,
good.
I need to hear this one too, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna rock you.
Listen, play it. Play I wanna rug you. That one actually bangs so hard.
Oh, I gotta look for it. My workspace. Here we go. Let me see what's up in here. Um, I have made over 35 songs.
Whoa,
That's not just one album. That's like 3 or 4
Yeah,
albums.
it's a
I'm on
collection.
fire. I'm on fire. It's just something that I was, started to do, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not creative at all when it comes to, you know, the
Musical, right brain
no.
stuff.
Well, no, like graphics and stuff, right? I just take a long time. My brain is not geared towards that per se. I'm very much scientific and to the point, and so prompting stuff for me is difficult because my brain will always glitch. It's like some people are like, yes, and do this vibrant color, this and this. My brain doesn't work like that. It's okay. I want to have this. And it never turns out the way that I prompted. That's just because I don't elaborate on it, right? My brain doesn't do that. So other people are like, yes, and then this style, and they have like a whole prompt, like like that's 2 pages long, and I
Mm-hmm.
come just like with two words,
Hmm.
and it's not enough. It's not enough. So hold on, let me just here.
Yeah, with AI, you can 1000x your prompts. You know what I mean? You can
I
tell.
know, and
Yeah,
then I need to use AI for my
prompt engineering.
yeah. So I cannot
Use
find this.
Gemini on AI Studio. You can use Gemini 2.5, like the latest model, and that one's really good. ChatGPT is always great for making prompts. Claude, and then I by the way, before I forget, I did update the 1000x Sui website again, just because I was like looking at it and I was like, you know what, it needs a little bit more stuff to it, and so updating it just takes a second anyway. So it's really sick though. Let me see if I go tinyurl.com/1000x Sui, and let's see how it looks online. I want to make sure that the updates are all live. Oh hell yeah, Cool. So I got rid of the stupid $ things that were in the background and changed them to 1000x. And now I made the buy now link a direct link to the Raiden page so that people are a little bit less confused about how they can buy it if they need to do that. Which buying on Raiden is still kind of like a process. If you've never done it before, like the process of transferring the funds into that wallet and making the buy, it's a little bit different if you've never done it on Raiden before, or an exchange like that.
Thanks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Thanks for the update, buddy.
Oh, did you see that? Is
Yeah,
that you?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yes,
Yep.
dude. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm glad you like it. And yeah, man, I do want to pass. We were talking about passing the credentials over to you, which of course I don't mind doing that at any point. I just got to figure out. Maybe I can I'm really not sure how I'm gonna do the transfer. But yeah, we can figure it out at some point. But for now, just having this landing page works, and you could always, just make something else and then point, make a new URL or whatever, But this is as a temporary landing spot. I think it's starting to come along pretty nice.
Yes, thanks. The adjustments work well. All the links work, so they're taking them to where they need to go, and that's fine. To be routed to the Raiden X is probably one of the better places to buy Sealy memes anyway. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So easy.
And if you go on Stake on Moonbags, that link works. The Twitter, the Telly. Yeah, man. So it's starting to come along. The copy address button works. And I mean, all the other things, the tokenomics, there's a lot of stuff on there that's just kind of filler content right now, just till, we can actually put real data. But yeah, it's coming along. Looks better.
Yeah. You guys ready for the rugby song?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yo, I'm deep in the DX, chasing that glow. Moonback dreams, watch my tokens all grow. Gas fee sting, but I'm riding the hype. Almost got me clicking at 3 a.m. Right, mimic coin fever, I'm a DJ supreme. Chilling on X, living life for the meme. Trust a wild ride, green candles, my muse. But a rug's round the corner, and I'm bound to lose. Slipping, hitting hard, yeah, I'm slipping too fast. Rug pulling my soul, but the thrill's gonna last. Damn's got no face, and the contract's a lie. Still I dive in head first, cause I'm that kind of guy. I just wanna rock you all night long. Pump it to the moon, and the floors we were on. Crypto DJ style, yeah, we chase that spark. Plug you in the light, leave me broke in the dark. Airdrop alerts, I'm claiming that drip, but the wallet's drained. Yo, I fell for the script. NFTs popping, copper frog for $1,000. Now the floor's at zero, just a JPEG in hand. Discord just zoom, shilla scream to the top, but the chart's free falling, and my heart's gonna drop. Still I'm all in, double down, no regret, cause the DJ's got a DJ, and that's the life that I bet. Slipping, hitting hard, yeah, I'm slipping too fast. Rock pulling my soul, but the thrill's gonna last. Death's got no face, and the contract's a lie. Still I dive in head first, cause I'm that kind of guy. I just wanna rock you all night long. Pump it to the moon, and the floors we were on. Crypto DJ style, yeah, we chase that spark. Plug you in the light, leave me broke in the dark. Smart contracts a trap, yo, it's stealing my stack. Devs on a yacht and they ain't coming back. X is buzzing, calling fired on the play. But I'm still in love with this DJ ballet. From the bull run highs to the bear market state. Rug pull romance is my favorite thing. One more trade, so I'm quick in the game. But you rug me again, and I'm back. I just wanna rug you all night long. Pump it to the moon, and the floors we were on. Crypto DJ style, yeah, we chase that spark. Rug you in the light, leave me broke in the dark. To the DJs out there, we're the lords of the fall. Rug pulls bumps, yeah, we're living it all. From the scales we trust to the bags we bust. I just wanna rug you cause it's crypto dust. Let me know if you want to tweak the vibe or add more DJ flair. Explain rug pull scams, NFT market trends, make it catchier.
Yeah. Next on the album.
so
I still
funny.
need to remaster this one too.
Bravo. So you made these from scratch?
No,
Yes,
these.
well, I do. I do a lot of the lyrics and stuff, and then there's a lot of remixing going on, vibe catching, right? And yeah, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm gonna try and sing myself.
Yeah, go for it. I
Do
mean, those sound legit. They sound professional. Like I would be blasting that driving down the road right now, to be
right,
honest.
right. And sometimes it's really yeah. So I have made a song for the crypto moonlight space that's pretty banger too. It's like a reggae song. It's totally vibing, right? It's like yeah, when you catch it right, there's a lot that catches wrong, but when you catch it right, you're just like yeah, that's good, it's good. But I got a lot of work remastering some of these into better quality, right? Just make it clean it up a little bit, brush it up a little bit. But yeah, who'd have known? Who'd have known? Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think we need a lot more music in the space. So I don't know if you guys know Dill, but Dill did really well last Bull Run with his song GM, right? GM. And okay, let me try and play it for you. I haven't talked to Dill in a little bit. I don't see him being very active on Twitter anymore either. And though he's such a good guy in the space, and so I really want to have a space with him again, because there's a lot of artists out there, and so if that's you here in the space listening, right, do something with that because you can monetize yourself in crypto, whether music NFTs, right? And you can make songs about big communities and have people mint some and actually make an income, right? Instead of being gate kept by record labels or being overlooked because you don't have the right network for it in real life. And because these things are so gate kept, and so decentralization in crypto can work for you in the best way possible and set you free that way, right? So if you are musically inclined, then just go ahead and live your creativity, right? Make bread out of that, if you will.
Very
So
cool. I did receive the third mint as well. So I've got
awesome.
yeah, I got it's he's got a blowing gum. He's got a green blazer on with the red tie. He's got like the Pope staff and a fireman axe and a sailor's cap and an eye patch.
Nah, that's
Oh
so
damn, yeah, he hooked you up with a bunch.
wow. Wild is coming right around the corner. Wait for this space to end. Because uh, I just have to hook things up, and then it's going to cost the space connection. And
Thank
I,
you.
I do have a co-host, but I may not be able to reroute back into this space, and then we're all going to be rugged. So let's not go there. I'll just mint a couple more after this space, and then just I'll go as tick where to get the alpha for the third one free.
Yeah,
Because I'm
Yeah,
broke,
not.
and we like a deal. I like a deal. So I
Yeah, no,
don't
I
know.
appreciate you guys diving into it.
Yeah.
Um, one last part of my shill, and then I'll calm down a little bit. But I am hosting a contest right now, a giveaway for half a soul, zero point 0.5 soul. And one of the requirements is minting, a fresh Trump Soul NFT during the giveaway period, which you guys both have already done. So it's pinned to my profile. If you want to roll the dice on half a soul, you're more than welcome to join. I know some people aren't too privy to reposting anything, so that's fine, if you don't want to, but you do have 1/3 of the requirements already.
awesome.
Oh no, I'll repost when it's worth it. I already pinned it up in the jumbotron because I beat you to it, and just max engage with that, right? So follow that, follow the TrumpSolClub, Club, and just mint an NFT, right? And they're looking so fine. I mean, can you not, right? And of course, mint two, get one for free. I guess we can, right? That's the deal right now. Mint
Hmm.
two, get one free. I mean, look, that's if that's not a deal, that I don't know. I don't know.
And then you can participate in the giveaways too. Get
And
down.
also in a giveaway, yeah,
Yeah.
why not? This is just a lot of fun. I just find it very funny, take that you always go quiet, and I just know you're minting.
Hmm.
That's just that's just the thing that starts to become like
Uh,
a
Well,
thing here.
I was curious though, when it says proof of the transaction, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do that.
That's most likely just in place for others that might try to slide by.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But
yes, a
we knew you
screenshot.
guys minted.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Cool.
But yeah, no, I appreciate both you guys for giving me the time. I've been having a hell of a lot of fun in this space, so I'm definitely going to try to join future ones as much as possible. You know, not even to shill, but just to hang.
Yeah, just come and hang out. Sometimes we have to have projects and we kind of like it. And so, you know what? It's all about vibes, right? We don't pick projects. They land into the space and just that's how we got 1000X on Sui. That's how we got Gem and the Chadettes, right? And there's so much bullishness and communities out there that could use a hand. And we're just, tossing everybody on the internets, on the socials, and don't care because I know when projects come up and they want to speak, you already have a plus in my book, right? Because a lot is out there that is just being quiet. And so I think everybody should be inspired to come up on stage and say something. I know it's sometimes scary for a lot of people, but you just have to do it once. And I'll promise you, the next time then when you do it, it's going to feel a little bit more natural. So don't be afraid. If you need help shilling, I shill for a lot of projects. I'm the voice of Sui Nami on Sui as well, right? And so I can help you out with a pitch if you ever want to join these elevator pitches spaces, and I can actually point you out which one these are, and they're quite bullish, right? If you go there. But yeah, there are thousands of people in this space. So I actually learned Chinese too because I want to challenge myself and embarrass myself on a HDX space, which is totally in Chinese, right? So I was on stage there going like "Ni hao," right? And just chilling. You gotta get yourself out of the comfort zone because that's where dreams die. So you gotta challenge yourself with these things. And sometimes you got to be willing to make a fool out of yourself. You'll learn from that too. You fall forward, right? I always fall forward. Let's go. Mac has joined the stage. The Mac attack is here.
Crypto in the moonlight. That's
Yes.
my
Oh
show.
my God. Well, if I'm going to play that one a little bit later. It's fun for everybody. But are you going to sing the whole song, Mac? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. That's like the only lyrics I remember. Well, there's the part about into gold. That's my favorite part when it
Oh, the
says
pixels turning pixels into gold.
turning
Yes,
pixels into gold. That's
that's a
like my favorite
line.
line. That's my favorite
Absolutely.
line.
That's a line that I particularly made for, of course, the crypto moonlight because it's about
Yeah.
that, a little bit about the
I,
dojo loves.
I sing the crypto in the moonlight part because then it's obvious what song it is, but the other
Yes,
parts, like for sure, my favorite line.
yes, yes. Turning pixels to gold. That's totally what we're doing. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Why is that not putting up?
Pixel
Oh,
alchemy.
yeah, it kind of is. It's kind of weird, right? But
Mm.
it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
And
like
digital
that. Let
gold.
me see if I can put in Here we go. Let me see. All right, let's go then. All right. Oh,
Middle tight riding waves, feeling
let's go.
alright. Bitcoin pump, the fury and jump, no fright. DJ life chasing gains all night. All night. All night. Dabbing in crypto in the moonlight. Middle tight riding waves, feeling alright. Bitcoin pump, Ethereum jump, no fright. DJ life chasing gains all night. Crypto vibes, we stacking them satoshis, yo. Wallet fat, from the blockchain we flow. Last the road to riches, let the meme coins glow. DJ dreams, in the crypto we grow. Solana speed, dog one bark we bold. NFTs flipping, turning pixels to gold. No central bank, man, we break the mold. Crypto, feed the people, let the story be told. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Asian Rasta, we rising to the height. Job bless the blockchain, every day, every night. All night.
Yeah, yeah. Vibing out. Crypto
So
moonlight.
good.
Yeah,
So
so
good.
good. Such a good song. Well, and it is Lamb Space, Lamb Mac, and then I co-host too in the Crypto Moonlight. It's of course later tonight if you're in the United States, or it's in the morning, early in the morning, if you're on the European side. Yeah, it's always when I come up and speak to. Let's add some more people. Bullish, you guys. I love that we have a space where you just have some crypto music, right? Some crypto inspired music. Now, I do know a lot of artists who are just singing live on stage as well. I just want to get them on too, and give them a little bit of a stage and a little bit of a social media lift too. So if you know people, please refer them to the space. I'd love to have these people in here, right? Let the creativity go. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we have Enzo here. Enzo, good morning, good evening. How are you? Enzo just decided to come and stage farm. That's all right too, my guy. That's all right too. All right. So yeah, when we do an NFT show for uh, the Trump months, let's go
Hmm.
ahead and pull up the Dojo Dog website
Hmm.
because hey, if we're talking about bullish NFTs,
Hmm.
we uh we got something for you. Right. So let's pull that up. So, you must have seen them all over the timeline. I mean, look, if you have not, you must be living under a rock and have no Wi-Fi connection because they're everywhere, right? They're max engaging because that's what dogs do, and they move in a pack, and they're just, peeing everywhere and marking territory. That's basically how it goes down. So this was a free mint, you guys, a free mint a little over a year ago. Now it's holding a floor of like what, $3,000, right? So hey, we can see, that not everybody has 3K laying around to buy just an NFT. And if that's you, but you still want to join the community, you can go ahead because there's something special about the Dojo Dogs. They have like a mechanism that keeps them ever growing, and that's what we call starter dogs. So you can go to the Dojo website, grab yourself a starter dog, still join the community while you're saving up for an NFT, and you can actually change some of the colors. I mean, Tick now has this white sexy cowboy hat, and but you can pick different colors so you can actually personalize it a little bit, right? And so you can join the community and not having to buy just yet because it's understood. Sometimes NFT collections fail to grow, especially between certain floor prices. So between 5K to up to 15K, that's really a rough zone to be in for collections, right? It's going to take the growing slows down a little bit there, and that's because of the price action, and so this is going to be a tier one collection, hands down. There's no doubt about it, right? That's just time unfolding. But how bullish is it that the community can still grow? People can still get all the courses that the dogs are offering for you, and just the alpha that's going around in multiple spaces of the dojo dogs that are going on 24/7. So if you want to join the community, you can do so for free, or look at the dojo dog, the doggy market, right, and see what's for sale and grab one before the next leg up on floor price. Right, there's that New York get together in just a little bit. Still think there's like a couple of tickets floating out there if you want to go ahead and join there. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot make it right now. I would have loved to. But yeah, I'll be just in the coping corner with all of this, having a coping space, possibly. But yeah, just check it out, you guys. If you have been curious about those, just go to the website. You can hook yourself up with a banner, hook yourself up with some of these gifs, right, to say good morning with, and I'm sure you're gonna feel the difference in your engagement if you do. So yeah, that's my shill for the Dojo dogs, right?
Wh-
Lots of
What I
love
what I want to
for
know,
those.
what I want to
Yeah,
know
what
is
I want to
about
know is.
the yellow Dow. Does anyone want to come up on stage
Oh,
and
the yellow Dow. Well,
tell
Mac is
us?
here and he can chill that like nothing else because that yellow Dow is like, I think, the most bullish one out of all the Dojo Dog Dows because there's the Bow Mafia, of course. There's the Wizard Dow. There's the Beanie Business, right? There's no Starter Dog Dow though, and I kind of, I was thinking about that already.
Hey, I've
Somebody
I've
else.
said that. I've said starter dog now. No
Yes,
one's
and I
no one's
kind
taking
of
that home.
well, yeah, but I kind of have a lot on my plate because I am
Oh
trying to,
yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to
we've
coach
talked
on.
about that. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
good idea for you to do it, but
No,
someone should.
but someone should, right? Definitely. So, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of in my memo. So if nobody picks it up, maybe in the end I should. But we'll see what we get with that.
yeah. The yellow dow's been great, and
Yes.
we've
Explain.
had our issue. We've had our issues in some of the private chat because it's hard when you have a group of people. But we do have a couple people that make good decisions at the top that just like sometimes just need to make a decision, which any good organization needs someone to just kind of take the brunt and be like, look, this is the way we're going to go, um, and do it. It's kind of like having the head of a household, right? If you lead by committee, you never get there. That's why government bureaucracy sucks. Um, but with the Yellow Dow, it was a cool like intro to it. With it, you do have to own a dog with a yellow background. That's the way that you get in, at least for now. There's been talk of letting people in and some further like raises for it, but currently I think we have can't remember the exact amount of dogs that we have. We have a website too. I think I have it linked on my page. If I don't, I should by now. But um
And
we
maybe
have a
take hunt down the yellow dowel
Oh,
because
yeah,
there it
we have a
is. I got it.
community we
yeah.
have a
YellowDow.xyz.
community there you go. We have a community page as well on X that a lot of stuff comes out of, and that is the account that holds our gold check, which is then the badges that we distributed, which we were able to fund ourselves, and then have the association with the Yellow Dow and also get that further reach on X as well. So we've had one raise. We raised enough Doge to purchase that many, like I think it's 13 or 14 assets. Might be just 10. I don't know. Even 10 is a lot. But to hold like partial ownership in those dogs, and we will have subsequent raises coming up. They're all going to be divided into the same DAO, but different raises like will depend on how much you helped to towards those dogs. So like if you weren't part of the first raise, you can't, join the second raise and be a part of those assets that that group purchased, but there will be an overarching um, fund, if you will, that everyone can vote on for further things. So a little complicated, but it's a way to fractionally own more dogs if you are only able to have the one yellow one. But I would say to most people and like myself, like I just worked my way up to getting a few myself, but having exposure and being part of a community is huge. Mm. So it's been great so far, but it's really young. It's still growing, and it's a great group of people that are in there and dedicated to the community because obviously they're already vested in it themselves personally, but then vested in it together as well. So it'll be cool to see what happens.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I've been seeing the yellow badges, and I was kind of curious what that was all about.
Yeah, you kind of want one, right? Just because you want one. Yeah,
True.
that's what these things. I'm so highly triggered by these things always.
I think we have 30 of them floating around now.
Mm-hmm.
But those accounts are not cheap, but it's
No.
worth the engagement. And it was a select few that were in the Yellow Dow. There's some people that are in the Yellow Dow that have not contributed to um the actual fund of purchasing the dogs, but they're still in it because they have, a yellow dog and they could join in the future. And they were also able to put towards getting that account to the level that it was and apply for a badge. So it didn't mean that they had to be a part of the initial raise to do that. They're still in the yellow Dow whether they gave or not. They just aren't participating in, the rewards of holding those assets with everyone else.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand. I understand how that works. But the most bullish Dow for sure, for sure. Um, you know, yeah, there's a lot of weight behind that one. So if you're thinking about it, right, go on that doggy market. Start looking for a yellow background somethings. If you can find them, right, before the sweeping starts.
Yeah,
Because
that's a hard part because the floor of them definitely went up. You could tell people were trying to get into it last minute. So, but I love the yellow background. I've liked it since I had it. I got in not like early, like some people where it was either free because this was a free mint to begin with. It started out you didn't
yes,
even have to pay gas fees. If you got whitelisted, you just went and hit a button and you got two dogs. Um,
how bullish is that, right? That a free mint can run that hard, right? And that is just
right. And
it's just
not only a
inspirational.
free mint, there was no gas fees.
Yeah, no gas fees, right? Nothing. Just go ahead and just, boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was opportunity knocking, right? So that is just
Hmm.
inspirational and very much motivational for other projects as well, right? This is done the right way. So
I mean,
take notes, right?
for those that were around last cycle too, like there
Yeah.
was, I don't, I honestly can't think of a project that minted for a high amount that is still relevant. There
No.
might be, but I can't think of any. And I saw a lot of them. But
The
the ones
only
that are
NFT,
relevant,
the only NFT that impacted my brain was that freaking rock for $200,000. That was crazy. That is still, I still see the rock in my brain.
yeah,
It's like, what is
yeah.
happening here?
What was that its original price? Because that's what I'm saying. Is like
Yeah.
you think of some of these ones that are doing well, even still by today's standard, were either really cheap, like we're talking like under $100,
Yeah.
or were free. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
CryptoPunks, they were free,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they couldn't even
Definitely.
give those things away.
Well, that's why, right? But that's because like other people should take note, right? NFT collections, and that they're bullish. They never went away, right? And when people start talking about things like, yeah, that's not going to be a thing anymore, it's going to be, they lost money and they're just out there, just emotional vomiting on a timeline, right? And that should indicate to you that that's the floor you should buy. When you hear lots about things not going, NFTs are bearish, buy NFTs. That's that's a buy signal. And yeah, I mean the same with Ethereum. People are like, hey,
Yeah,
Ethereum is done. But when you hear that crying and that emotional vomiting on your timeline, when you see that,
they
right,
just got
that's when you're
impatient.
done. Exactly, right.
They'll
These are
they'll buy
people so.
Ethereum back again when it hits 10,000.
Oh yeah, right. But the same goes for NFTs. They will be buying NFTs when we're topping out. So that they'll be
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, they're back, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, so yeah. Well, NFTs never left, never left, and it's I think a very much overlooked thing right now,
Yeah.
and that's fine because then you can look at the most bullish ones right now, and
Hmm.
buy some good floors, right? It's opportunity.
Well,
So you gotta,
NFTs really are about community, and that's
yes,
about getting to know people before they launch. So
yeah,
if you're in it now, your chance and likelihood of meeting someone that is going to have something that they're going to want you involved, or at least holding it, is
yeah,
so much higher
Yeah.
than if
yes.
you just show up late. I don't know how many people I've had tell me like, "Hey, let me know when you're buying so and so," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure," but I'm not going to. Like, that's too. I don't even remember some of them.
Yeah,
I don't even
right.
know who they are.
It's like go back
And
my list.
and some of them are like people I know in real life, and I don't even remember like who
Yeah,
it was that asked. It's like, you think I'm gonna like set up a notification to tell you when to start? No,
absolutely.
you get rewarded if you stick around and listen, like even
Yeah.
half-assed.
Right.
Well,
That's
look,
crazy.
I try to tell people that all the time.
So
Like
true.
I had a copy trading account on Big Cat, right? Pretty big too, pretty decent. Now they don't do that for my country anymore, so I lost it. But it's kind of was a lot of work to set up these swing trades because I did mostly swing trades. Actually gave people an entry and an entry and an exit. Everybody cries for this. Yeah, I wish people told me where to buy and then when to sell. Okay, I told you when to buy and I told you when to sell. You could copy trade all of that, right? Successfully with a success rate of almost 90%. And then still people would take the trade but do not they didn't sell. And then I would have like a whole freaking emotional support DM session with people on why they didn't sell. So even if you would tell people what to buy, when and where, and when to sell, they gonna fuck it up anyway. So it's better that they learn on their own. So they're gonna learn some hard lessons, but then the lessons actually stick. Because if somebody just tells you, something, even a perfect entry and a perfect exit, people are still gonna 90% of people are still gonna fuck it all up. So it's not a solution just to tell people, right? They got to learn for them. They got to put in some work themselves, do some research. Of course, net worth, these things are very much connected, and so you got to be doing your part in that too. Represent yourself, right? Yeah, it's the same with tokens too. Even if somebody tells you, "Hey, buy this and buy this and buy this," right? And then the token drops a little, and if something happens, Bitcoin does a poopy down, and with the down 30%. And these people are going to lose their conviction and sell their bags because their conviction was based on what somebody else said that they should buy. It was never on, did they look at that token? What made them bullish on it, right? Did they thought it was fun? Did it have some utility they like? They cannot formulate a reason why they should hold. And so they don't hold when they
Right.
should, right?
Right.
Or DCA when they should. So, this is up to you. This is, if you want to, nobody's going to hand anything to you to your doorstep. You got to open the door, say hi to people, network, right? Make friends, and do your research when you're looking into things, right? Yeah, it's just not going to come to your doorstep like that.
Even
Rarely does it. Yeah.
even with Monad, it's like we're here screaming in the desert that, this is important. You can participate for free. And I bet you 99% of people aren't even taking advantage of this, getting free tokens fauceted to their
Yeah.
account. Hypothetically, can you swap out the Monad for
No.
USDC and transfer it to an exchange and then cash out
No.
actual money?
No.
You're
No. Testnet tokens will be testnet tokens.
okay.
These are for the paper trading. So nice segue into Monet there, Tick. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you some alpha, right? Monad is gonna be a big blockchain. It has all the signs, the bells, and the whistles that it needs for it to do so. Now, of course, this needs to still play out. They still need to go main and prove themselves, but it does initially look like we have some sort of winner here. I was in the test net of a few other things before. Tenet, I don't know if I even remember that ended up not going anywhere. But I also did CE and I also did SUI Aptos, right? So what is the alpha then? All right. So you're looking at some of the technology of Monad in comparison to the rest, and then uh, I'm just gonna do the whole spiel. So Monad is a parallel, scalable, EVM compatible blockchain in testnet right now. Right, there is some speculation on dates that they're going to go main, and some people say July. There's speculation about that, but the team hasn't said a damn thing, so we don't know. So it's all speculation. Why is it so bullish? All right, so it's going to be half the speed of SUI, right? But cheaper, almost for free in gas fees, because it is that rebuild of Ethereum. It has, all the developers in this space that are used to building on Ethereum, and all the logistics and road pathways that were built on Ethereum. Of course, an EVM compatible chain can make use out of all of that. So it doesn't need an army of new builders, new coders like Sui does, right? So in that way, it's half the speed as Sui, but it does have the advantage of having all these builders already. That army is already ready to build on it. They don't need to be uh, learning any different kind of coding language. So I am coding more and more in Sui Move, right? But we do really see over there on Sui that utility builds is happening a little bit more slow. Now I am super bullish on Sui. It is going to be a top 5 token. Also because it has a lot of important venture capital behind it that we saw was also giving Solana a golden touch in the last bull run. Now, guess where that venture capital is also backing now? It's backing Monad too, right? So they raised almost 300 million for their new blockchain. The team is coming mainly from Quant, right? So they're traders too, and if you go to their X page, you can see some videos on that. You can go into the Discord and join some AMAs if you want to, right? I always try and tell people to do that because you get a lot of feel for a team. Like if you go into the SUI Discord and you are joining an AMA with those, you kind of get a sense of what SUI wants to be doing, what their vision is, and everything. And of course, you can ask questions, which in all likelihood you should. So, what are we doing then with this Monad? Well, bullish for 2 reasons. You can still enjoy some of that testnet. All you need to have in your wallet is 0.03 Ethereum, and 3 previous Ethereum transactions. And that's basically to make you eligible. These tokens are not going anywhere. Your ETH will just remain the same. Um, and the thing is that they, of course, want to deter the people who are going to make 100 new wallets and just start to milk that faucet like maniacs, right? So they kind of have a threshold for you to be then farming the mainnet token or the testnet tokens. You can do that every 6 hours. Get some testnet tokens, and then what do we do with those? Well, we're going to go on the net. We can mint free NFTs. You can buy some NFTs. Some NFTs will actually go main, and they will get, if you mint them now in testnet, you'll be put on the whitelist, right, for that main mint. So there's a lot of that going on. So you could actually test the net, and when you do, you make yourself eligible for what, airdrops, right? So that's when you actually get paid, rewarded for your testing the net, for you being a part of that. And they want you to test the net because, yeah, they want to look for anything that they need to fix. So there's a lot of things out there that we do. uh, of course, these airdrops are not guaranteed. That's potential always. Now, I know usually these blockchains will have a percentage of their supply reserved for these airdrops. But yeah, what makes you eligible and what not, usually that's a mixture of things. That the interaction with a lot of contracts, the amount of transactions that you do, and et cetera, for how long you do it, and days in a row, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but you can do some every day, just little by little. Another reason why this is bullish, even if you would not get an airdrop, you are gonna be confronted with some utility on Monet that will also go main. They actually raised their own capital to do so. So that's not going to be an if, they are going to go main. And this is actually where you get utility on new blockchains very early. You're going to get a front row seat. Why? Because you know them. You were in testnet already. You're moved on the net, so you know how to move on Monet already. So when they go main, there's no surprise for you there. It's like basically territory that you know. And you know the tokens, you know these stickers. So they are going to go live right after Monet will. And of course they will get their listings too, especially the liquidity layers, right? Their dexes, etc., etc. So you want to keep an eye on those and be on the lookout. And you are going to come across those when you are testing that mainnet. So yeah, that's my little bullish spiel over there.
Awesome. Yeah, and
There's a lot of, yeah.
Layer Hub was also a really cool thing that you showed me that
Yeah, so
tracks your
how can
activity.
you, yes, well, next up, if you want more information about this, you guys, you go to Monad XYZ. That's where you can use that faucet. So that's Monad XYZ. Don't fall for trash, right? There are, trashy links out there. So always watch for that. But yeah, go to Monad XYZ. That's the faucet over there. You can get some testnet tokens. Okay, and that what we do. Well, actually, I deployed a few contracts because I know how to code in Solidity as well. So I ran a few test contracts, and and did all that jazz. Kind of fun. But there's like Pandaria. There's a token mill, and you can actually launch your meme token. This is what we did, and this might be fun for the Trump Sol people, right? Yes. So listen to this. You can go into Pandaria on the token mill. Is there AMA? Go ahead and screw yourselves not joining. Um, and launch a token, and you can launch your own PFP. You can launch with your own PFP. We did that with a group with the dogs, and we just represented all the Dojo dogs. Somehow we landed all on Mona testnet in that meme token launch. And this is paper trading. So you're launching, and you can actually put your links in there to your Twitter bio. I did. There's like 20 wild tokens out there. Just follow wild, and so you can, it's a lot of fun to do. It's and then you have some content, right? So you can actually link to your Twitter profile your token that you launched and be like, hey, I launched my own token on testnet monad, right? And it's just some free content, some free exposure there that you can. It's a lot of fun to do. So how do you check yourself and what your wallet is, how your wallet is performing? And for that, we go to, yes, alpha, you want to keep that layer hub, uh, XYZ. I mean, Ticker's gonna pull this all up for you guys so you can look back on the YouTube channels. This goes too quick for you. You can't follow along. So you can look up your Monad wallet, which is like your Ethereum wallet, right? Look that up. You can look on any chain basically, right? That so layer hub XYZ. You kind of want to have that in your bookmarks just to check. Uh, on every chain, you can check whatever wallet. You can check multiple wallets, what they're doing, how many swaps, and there are, how many interactions, and with what. It's very, very clear in the interface as well. But for this time, we're going to use that wallet analysis for how we are performing on Monad, right? So, what makes us eligible for an airdrop? So, I would say I am right now in the I'm number Layer Hub leaderboard. On Monad Testnet, I am number 405,000. So they are 3 billion wallets, but I am number 405,000. I have made 624 transactions or interactions on the Monad testnet. I've been active for 2 months. I have 614 contract interactions, right? And my top wallet is 0.13% today. So I would expect to be in the area of airdrop, right? But that's because also this morning, just from sitting around in space with my coffee, I just quickly launched 20 wild tokens, just pump my profile a little bit. I actually got some followers from there. It's quite funny because they got into my DMs saying I'm here from a Monad meme token. Wild.
Oh, no way.
So yeah. It's
That's
quite fun.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool, right? So, yeah, you guys use that Layer Hub XYZ, not just for this, but pretty bullish wallet analysis information about anything, any chain, any protocol, right? So you can get some insights. So, yeah, that's it. That's how you check how bullish you are. But
Mm-hmm.
either way, it's good to be on there, maybe for a couple of days, maybe 3 days, even though you might not be eligible for an airdrop because you're not really heavily testing the net. You are going to be exposed to the protocols on there, right? And the dApps on there that are going to be going main with Monad. So how do we know these? Well, you can go to Monad XYZ and then click on ecosystem and then look in that ecosystem on Monad. That is all in testnet now, of course, but a lot of those are going to go main, and you kind of want to register those in the brain, right? Because when they do go main, these are the early utility that you can get for very low market cap at that point. So yeah, that's my alpha thus far on Monad.
Yes, I found
Yeah,
another
I'm very.
mint. Oh, this is cool. It's
You got another
oh,
mint? What is
yes.
on Monad?
Yeah,
Are we gonna
Monad
mint
OG.
something?
Yeah. Here.
Awesome.
Check this guy out.
Oh my
Monad OG.
God.
He's pretty
A
cool.
Monad OG. I'm gonna get one. So this is a lot of fun if you're like minting NFTs. Just for the fact, minting NFTs, right? Some of them don't have any value on there, but some of them actually do receive an airdrop from Atlantis. The ones that are getting Atlantis Dex airdrop, and the some of them on the collections like these. I think the Monad OGs was something about it too. No.
Mm. Oh, what about the Monad OGs?
Yeah, well, sometimes you mint one and it's actually eligible, put you on the whitelist for the main mint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like paper trading mint. I'm gonna mint this one.
This Goblinks too. I just got one of these. Where is he?
Oh, I'm gonna hook up this. No, it still want to grab my MetaMask. Fuck, I hate MetaMask. No, also no Coinbase. Get out of here.
Yeah, MetaMask is kind of clunky.
No, Coinbase, MetaMask. I don't like. Why is it asking? It is. Oh my God, it's just giving me a headache again. All right, just log in then. Right. What do you mean? All right. It's giving me some sort of thing again with the wallet. That's because I was trying to hook up my ledger earlier to gun some more Solana from there. I just bought Solana last week and sent it to my ledger just with DCA. All right, cool. Let's see if now I can try again. Connect with wallet to mint. I have minting issues. All right. All right, my G. I already have this. All right, I'm gonna go to the other mint. I think they're ugly. These goblins.
Yeah.
Goblins
Yeah.
are fucking ugly.
Well, I minted one and I can't see it though. Like it says media
Nah.
not available.
Mm.
That's bearish. I hate that when I mint something and then I can't like see it. It's weird. I don't know what happened
Yeah,
there.
I kind of want to. I kind of have like a really good idea for a project on Monad that maybe I built a CA before for Ethereum. It was kind of like my dream CA, and like I was like fucking around with it for like 6 months trying to make it like perfect, the perfect utility, the perfect mechanisms in there, just trying to make things absolutely perfect in there. I still have that. I just think maybe I should do something bullish there. Maybe one of those main. Yeah. Ever since I'm going to be full-time Web3, I have time to take a lead in something, right? Yeah. All right, I just minted one of these ugly ones. I kind of didn't want to have to, but
I wasn't able to. It didn't. Oh no, yeah. There now it's showing up in my portfolio, but I don't see an image. Just like how Pepe King did too. When I minted Pepe King, no
yeah,
NFT.
you kind of need to wait. There's a delay. But over the weekend, the coming weekend, I might just want to shoot a collection on Magic Eden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's launch a What's the Ticker collection.
Yeah. Well.
What's it? We call it What's the Ticker Freaks. Like P Diddy's freak out.
Yeah, I gotta do some more research on how to like build a collection, because it looks like I saw something where you load in a PSD file, like a Photoshop file, and then from there it kind of like it can build like and generate a collection. And so I'm kind of curious to see how I'm sure that there's more than one way to skin a cat, so I gotta kind of like do more research into it. It's like every time I kind of like open that door into doing an NFT collection, it's like the rabbit hole gets so deep, so much deeper than I anticipated.
You could do like an ERC 1155, right? Like a single edition or unique edition, and that's an ERC 721 CA, right?
Is that just one image?
No.
It's because that's the thing is about building all the artwork that I'm like, that's kind of the daunting task.
Yeah, but for the testnet, you kind of don't need much. I think you're overthinking this by a lot. Before the testnet, it is absolutely not, I don't think that's all needed, what you just mentioned. I mean, if I see the crap that's being launched on testnet, I mean, you're overthinking this by a lot. I think I was just looking because there is another pad that you can launch from without you needing to code your NFT, right? So let me see where that was at again. I mean, I have so many notes on Monad.
Yeah. I saw that. I'm not sure if it's the same one that you're
starting to moan. I'm starting to moan.
Yeah, I came across. I'm not sure if it's the same platform that you're talking about, but as I was scouring through the apps collection on the Monad website, I saw something about deploying NFTs, and I remember clicking on it, but I also clicked on like 50 other
it goes
links.
fast. Like
There's a lot of them.
brain.
There's a
That's
lot.
why Wild makes notes
There's the
before we.
NFT aggregator as well, but
Yeah,
that's not for launching though, is it? It's like
not
it's
per
for
se. If
trading,
they
right?
could, yeah, but they could have, right? So you need to check it
Oh,
out because they could
Launchpad.
have
Yeah, no,
a pad.
create. They do.
Yeah,
Yeah, so their Launchpad turn images into collectibles, launch in seconds. No need
there
to
you go.
withdraw or manage balances manually. You
Wow.
instantly receive earnings directly to your wallet for each mint on your collection. This is bullish.
Mm.
And let's see, where is the
Yeah,
monad?
but these are all in testnet, so it's not extensive like it would be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you need to go have a lot for it. Um, let me see. Bonding. We got 8bond. That's a bonding protocol. Uh, I can name some to you right now in the space, guys, that are gonna be going main. So that's Atlantis, a modular for V4 decks, cross chain swaps, right? Launchpad staking, farming, fiat on ramp, and more. That's gonna be their decks. That's Atlantis, and then we have a priori, a MEF infrastructure and liquid staking protocol. That's gonna go main. Of course, we have Kintsu, right? I think those almost raised 10 million for their going live. I was kind of wondering what Caton AI was with the cats and the apes, an AI NPC evolution. It's kind of like gaming. I actually won on Castora. Yeah, yeah. I won myself a half a monad on Castora by it's a fun fair price prediction for the markets on monad. So you can go ahead and just do yeah, say where the price is going within 4 hours for Solana, Ethereum, and whatnot. I did for Solana, and I hit it on the mark. So I won some money. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So we have co NFT. Yeah, that's that aggregator that you're talking about. No.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So co NFT, we gotta check that one out. But there's another one. I think there was another one. Hi, did I? Crust Finance is going to be another main one too. That's going to go main. I know that. What do I have? Disco Cats, Dusted, Tangle. Not know about this one, but I do know that Folks Finance is going to go main on there too. Gold Seagulls on Hegemony, Hyperlane. Yeah, Kinsu is going to go. Guru and Kinsu are both going to be going live on their main. There's a lot of games that you can play now too in the testnet, you guys. So that might be fun too. Magic Eden is going to go, straight up list go from testnet to mainnet on Magic Eden as well. So they're hooked on there as well. Oh yeah, Magma, the liquid staking protocol, of course, as well. It uses, that developing meth as well. So that's one that's going on there live with the rest too. And there's some other ones like that Brick is going to do it. Narwhal Finance, right? Also, Narwhal Finance going in there too. So yeah, a lot of bullish things there. OctoSwap, Swap, Office Light, Lightning Fast, Swappies. So yeah, yeah. So a lot of things are cross chain. Pancake Swap is going to, of course, have that main monad going main straight up hooked up with there too. Even though they have their own decks, the Atlantis too, the V4 version. But yeah, it's good that they're on these things too. So yeah, you guys just check it out for yourself, of course. Always do your own research. Yeah, but this is for free, right? This is something you can do for free. You can join the testnet. It's going to cost you a little bit of time, but I think that's a good investment because you're going to be familiar on a blockchain that is about to launch, and you can really catch some early access on there. It never did wrong for me, right?
Mm.
Yeah, because I was talking about Sui too for a long time and nobody want to hear it. And now we start to hear a little bit more about Aptos as well. I'm happy for that because There's been a lot of this talk about how Sui is challenging Solana, while they're actually their actual competitors, Aptos in technology, right? And coding language. That's Aptos. Actually, there's a little backstory there. The guys that left the guys that left Facebook first, because they're all coming from Facebook. They're all Facebook developers, right? So they wanted to do a lot more with crypto and Facebook, and kind of Facebook wasn't jiving with this. So the first one to leave built Solana, and he was using that Rust language, Rust coding language, right? And so these other guys that left Facebook kind of split it up in two teams, and one made a Sui, and the other one's made Aptos.
Hmm.
Sui just got a little bit more backing, right, than Aptos, but they're not far out. It's just that Sui, I don't know, they have a little bit of the gravy over there, right? That I don't see with Aptos. I don't know why. Maybe it's in the name even. Um, but yeah, technology wise, these two are these are the competition. Aptos Sui's competition, right? Not Solana.
Hmm.
This is everybody was trying to. I think the thing with the comparison between Sui and Solana is because Solana was the fastest chain out there last time around, but now Sui is the fastest one by 4 times as fast as Solana. So, so that's why a lot of people are comparing it to Solana because of the speed. But Aptos is quicker than Solana too. Right, so you gotta take that into the equation. And when I say these things, it's not like I'm not bullish on Solana. I'm bullish on Solana, right? They get their volume from other stuff, and I know that every blockchain will have volume, right? It's just that we, there's always some runners of new chains that come with that new technology that are going to do some crazy numbers for the upside potential. If you look at market cap wise, right? If I look at Solana dominance was 1.6% last bull run at its peak. And so if I just project that onto Sui, we're looking at 40, $50 Sui. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to reach that this bull run because there's a lot of things that are different. There's more tokens, but then again, that is offset by Bitcoin having a higher market cap as well, right? So that is now running into the trillions, and so yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, but conservatively, so we should be able to do anywhere between $25 and $30, right? Um, yeah. So yeah, I look at dominance to determine these things because market cap says very little because these tokenomics are also different. So I just like to see what market share, comparable things had, and then I'm looking at Solana because the thing that we're looking for then is, of course, Solana was the new kid on the block that was the fastest, and who's the new kid on the block now? Sui, who's the fastest Sui. So that's why we're kind of that comparison comes from. But then, like I said, don't Aptos could be a dark horse in that mix too. Just saying. But I think Sui still is going to steal the show. I think just venture capital wise, they just have a little bit more sway that way, and they do have that venture capital. It was kind of the golden touch for Solana as well. So I was kind of eyeballing that. But you know what? When you're early on a chain, a lot of people don't want to hear it, right? A lot of people. I was talking about Sui and Aptos very early on too, and I got into these meme tokens there, like crazy low levels, like many access over there, and their utility tokens that rolled out. You all have front row seats there, and that cannot be a bad thing. My bags are still up no matter how much down that retracement was. Right, bags are still up. That's how early. So you got to do some of your own research there and look into these blockchains that are just going to pop up and be very, very, very good. And also, I mean, a lot of private groups in TG too, a lot of whale groups and stuff, and developer groups from teams, from utility teams, and there's a lot of that MON, that word goes around. And so it kind of echoes back to me that, all right, if these people are eyeballing it too, right, I'm not the only one. And so, that kind of gives me a little bit of, yeah, confirmation, like, hey, yeah, it's good that I'm looking at this. And And of course, I want my village to also look at this because it's like opportunity, like I said before, free opportunity if you join the testnet as well. So yeah, enough about the monad before I start moaning. I'm I'm already know how I'm gonna call this. It's gonna be my moan. It's gonna be it's gonna launch at a dollar sign MON, right? It's gonna be Mon, but I know I'm gonna call it Mon straight from the get go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Checks out.
yeah. Go to that pen, pull up that pen. I'm gonna launch another wild
Pandaria.
token. Yeah, so you can just pull it up. Let's just go ahead and I'm gonna launch it again. Do another wild token.
Yeah, I did launch. I launched what's the ticker NFT on the Monad on what's it called? Co-NFT. Messing around with it, and then I minted a Monad NFT pass, a premium pass. Hold up, it was like 0.003 Ethereum. I was on NFT wallet, and then I went to Co-NFT. There's a button that says faucets at the top. Here, so here's the Co-NFT link. Where's my
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
There's that, but then when you go on Faucet, it says begin your NFT journey with the Monad Testnet Pass. Unlock a new era. This isn't the same. I don't think I already had this. This Monad Testnet NFT Pass. Have you seen this? Here.
Yes, I do have it.
Oh, and so then there's a premium Monad Testnet Premium Faucet drip 5x tokens every 24 hours. Yeah, I never took advantage of this. Oh, shoot. So now I can get 5 tokens every 24 hours on top of the 1 token every 6 hours. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to be able to stack up a lot more.
I'm just going to, hold on. I'm going to select an image. I'm going to do wild again. And it gets wild. I'm just going to use my PFP.
So,
memes are making it very bullish for me because you can use a GIF, but my GIFs are too high quality to upload, and I was too lazy to do anything about that. So this is going to go with this. So of course it's going to be wild. And I'm going to call it follow wild. And then my ticker is going to be, of course, $ wild. I'm going to launch a Monad description. Follow wild. Let's do that. Follow wild for 0 alpha. And then I'm going to put my Twitter link in there. Here we go. Initial, but no def wants to buy non-tokens. I'm not going to do all that. Screw that. Because then I need to invest these tokens. I'm going to create my token. Let's go. Oh, this is how easy it is to launch on Pump Fund as well. Just, you guys, you should go ahead and launch testnet tokens so you kind of feel very underwhelmed with any other launch from now on. Just how easy it is, right?
As the Pandaria token mill?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
launching on any pad is the same as this, basically. I mean, you need a little bit more information on some things, right? Possibly you need to have a TG link as well in there. But for the rest, that's basically all you got to do is this, and got to just how much tokens you're going to buy with the Def wallet, right?
Some of them it was less. Think about what it took with Launch Coin, where you could just make a Twitter post and say launch this tweet is funny, and then like Launch Coin would create a token. It would tokenize the tweet. They did that happen for a couple weeks. But
yeah, can you pull my token up?
Yes. Let me see. If I go to trending and then go to which one do you want me to pull up though? I saw 2 of them on the.
Oh, I have you need to look at new pairs because I just launched another one.
Oh, you just launched one. Okay, I got you.
I like serial launching. Wild is gonna be there all day, every day, just launching Wild token over and over again. I'm gonna be in people's psyche when I go main. I'm gonna launch Wild Token too.
There we
Just
go.
for fun. See, follow Wild for zero alpha. That's
Hmm.
my token. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Now
That's sick. Cool.
I'm gonna put a buy on the chart too, just so it make it looks goodgy. Just put some green on there. I mean, there we go. This is like a, just put a little God candle in there. It's, there's no data yet. Now I'm coming in with a whole point 0.1 buy. It's max bidding. It's my last monad. You see that God candle? Yeah. Can you show it again? Make a clip for me.
Yeah. Here, let me. Well, no, because you can only look at 5-minute candles on the.
No, that's okay. Now, right now, you see that God candle on there. I'm just
Let-
gonna buy in there. And go ahead and take a screenshot before I sell. It's go ahead. I need my monad back. It's all about these transactions. Yeah, so
Hey,
it's a lot of
Wild and
fun here.
Tick.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have to head out, but
yeah,
just
man.
wanted to thank you guys again so much for, letting me join and chill with you guys.
Yeah, you too.
You're more than welcome if you see any of our spaces to come in and join and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Much love from Trump Soul Club.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. It's so good to meet you too. It's nice to hear people speak. As surely, if I'm online and I catch a space, I will be in it for sure. Thank you
Awesome.
again.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
You as well.
Yeah, you guys, we're not far from wrapping it up either, right? Because I kind of, kind of had a lot of fun, and we touched on some things very bullish. That we had another project in here, a legit project in here, with a voice, and then community showing up for it too. That should tell you something, right? So, what do you think, Dick?
Bullish. I just front ran you on that though. I bought before you. I bought 0.25 and then I sold right before you sold. Let me
Uh
see.
huh.
I wonder if it
Uh
worked.
huh. Well,
Let me see. What did we do to your chart? You're like, oh,
you
I'm gonna
wrecked
buy
my
point 0.1, so I
chart.
bought 2.25. Yeah, you're wrecked. Look at your chart.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I just launched another.
That's a
No.
friend. That's a true friend right there.
That's a true friend right there. He's like,
I
let me just do this.
sniped the chart. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
just trash
Yeah,
all
real
over,
quick,
trash all
I'm
over.
gonna head out. I'm gonna head out to you guys, but it's great listening to you. You guys are full alpha. I'm gonna have to check out the Monad um, testnet like you guys are doing. Sounds really awesome. So, but yeah, just a couple things as far as 1000X is concerned, guys. We nothing's really changed. We're keeping grinding. Starting to maybe possibly get some people on board to help push some Twitter influence here and there. So yeah, and then also gonna fire up a meme competition later to run the duration of the week, kick up some more art, give out some more prizes. Yeah, slowly, we fight off the short-term investors and gain long-term investors over here. 1000X on Sui. So that's the plan. I had a good trip. I touched down at home, back to the grind of things. So yeah, it feels good to be back. And yeah, I'll probably also start kicking up some Sui spaces as well off the main account here. I know the community is wanting to get together more and rally around the project and
Mm.
things we can do.
Look,
So,
hook up. I
yep.
told you, hook up with Sui Preem. Follow Sui Preem. Shoot the guy a
Yes, I
DM.
Yes.
will.
Yes.
I
Yes,
need to get in with
absolutely.
the connections. I'll get in with all these connections that have been sent my way, and that'll be a
Yeah,
lot. That'll be really helpful.
let me know what time this weekend where you can do something on maybe on Thursday because Thursday is going to be like a Sui day because it's thirsty. Thursday, right? So maybe I can go into the SUI Council and get some other. I can actually just co-host with you with a Nami account if you want to. I will could show some love. I can have SUI Preem in there. Maybe Chop wants to
Great.
come, right? So I'll just go ahead into the council TG and ask for if they want to cook a space. But let me know the times that you are available too, so I can just gather some. Maybe just do that on the weekend or on Thursday or something, some bullshit day.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Mhm.
I'll be in touch with you to plan something like that. I'm sure that will elevate things around here for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
So, all right, cool. Thanks,
Oh,
Wild. Thanks,
no
Tick. Your guys'
problem.
spaces are like
Absolutely.
my church now. So, Catch you at 10 tomorrow.
Let's go, 1000X or gay, my guy. Let's go. Yeah, pump it. No, guys, look
1,000
at
extra
1000.
gay.
1000X again. That's my motto, right? Some bags should just wait for the 1000X to happen, and or else I'm not even gonna bother, right? So low cap, nano cap on Sui. Just wait for that because all these LPs will be pumped. Sui still needs to pump. That means that all these LPs on these low cap plays on Sui, their liquidity pool is gonna pump past their market cap in a hurry.
Yep.
So
And also
so
the
yeah.
communities
Oh,
that are set up and that are actually vibing and growing, those are going to be the ones that people kind of attract to. So
yeah, yeah,
that's the end goal here, just gathering more and more community. And with
absolutely.
community follows market cap. So yeah, that sounds like a plan. Like you were saying, we are early to even Sui. It seems like there's a lot of buzz, but we all feel something coming, right? So
For Sui
Absolutely.
Suinami. Now it's Sui still needs to pop off. The market has not. Uh, a lot of people don't see the long term things, but when you do, you can really turn that to your benefit, right? You need to buy when the sentiment is low, and it has been low on Sui for a little bit. Of course, it was kind of a bit Cetus and Cetus news. That's all being restored. Just wait for anons with that, attention span or fruit fly to fly over, and next week, surely the volume will be restored there little by little. Um, Sui also outperforms Bitcoin, so don't, Sui pumps when it wants to. I think that's going to be an earlier pump than quarter 4 for Bitcoin, just like it did before. So it moves before Bitcoin in this way. So if you're waiting for Bitcoin to make moves on Sui, you possibly are just going to be too late, and you're going to have to FOMO in on top. So yeah, just if do some research there. There is the projects on there are a handful in comparison to other chains. So they all the volume, if that volume goes to 3 billion, which would be nothing on Ethereum, would be nothing on Solana, right? It would be bad weather on Solana. But just because there are maybe like 50 tokens on there, yeah, they're gonna get these they're gonna get that volume. It's coming for them instead of thousands, right? So there is hardly any competition on there. Of course, be careful with the new life pairs because the ruggery is going on everywhere. But if there's a project like 1000X willing to grind, being active, then and being nano cap like this, I mean, look, right? It's volatile because it's low cap, so don't let that scare you. But it's just time and effort, consistency will result in what? 1000X. Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, let's go. Oh my God, I'm so shilling today. So
Yeah, shill the website too. That website is
yes,
updated.
I need to pump everybody's back today. Uh, yes, the website is just finished. Tick has helped out a little
I,
bit there
I'm
too because you know what? When people are creators and they're creating a token, there's a lot that comes at you, and it's always nice to give somebody a hand with that because it can get to be overwhelming.
yeah.
The initial euphoria of launching a token,
Mm-hmm.
and then the grind starts, and it entails a lot. So also 1000X, you're still listening, right? If you need some help with the verification and stuff and where to find these documents, just hit me up in the DMs if you cannot find it on your own, because it's kind of like looking for needles and haystacks on. So yeah, but you got Sui Booster in your corner, making use out of the technology there and stuff. So I have no worries about any back there. It's just gonna take some time. But if you're willing to work, then I'll stand behind the people who are willing to work.
it's bullish energy. I'll chat to you about some of these verifications and such that we can
Yeah.
start knocking down.
You kind of got to do that early because it can take a long ass time, and I'm talking a long ass time. Nami just got verified after fucking half a year, right? After me just, knocking on the door weekly, like, hey, what's the dealio? Verification.
Yep, sounds good. Well, we're gonna get in touch. This will be a pretty good week as far as that goes. So we'll start knocking some stuff out.
Also, you can pin that up in your TG again because that's bullish news. We just filled in the form. You can take a screenshot of you sending it and they, receiving it. So,
Mm-hmm.
take a screenshot of that. Hey, we applied for verification, right? And then I have the disclaimer like that may take a while. We initiated it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is another bullish catalyst, perhaps, for the people in the TG if they get a little bit bearish. You just
Yeah.
throw in that.
Dev is cooking.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The dev is always freaking cooking a whole buffet.
That's what people want to see.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That is when it comes down to it. That is so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what I want to see.
Well, that's why we're
yeah.
so bullish. Wild went into your TG and she said, "Hey, what's the ticker, yo?" And then you guys there was people there and they were responding, and so that that checks one box right there. It's like, okay, there's somebody that's answering questions. That's not Dev isn't hiding in a hoodie, trying to evade
Oh, well,
people.
that's
Like,
my
yeah.
my experience with tokens on Sui.
Mm-hmm.
I would never in a million years think about doing that on with a project on Ethereum or Solana. I could just go into the TG and be like, "There." Well, I do sometimes, but not expecting any result, right? But on Sui, I know that on Sui, there's a lot of people who are willing to go to spaces that are willing to make something out of this because they believe in Sui first and foremost. You cannot make me a ticker 1000x on Sui and then not be bullish on Sui.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so these projects on there have are bullish on Sui, or else they wouldn't be there. So they believe in Sui first and foremost, and the Sui community is like I mean, Sui means water, but it's actually like a warm bath going there, going to Sui spaces, right? It's very friendly, very open, very much sharing of resources. And that needs to happen because it's so dang early on this chain that there is none. And so you got to ask each other, right? Like, hey, how do you fix that? How do you guys tackle this, right? And have an open conversation. Sometimes that is a very open conversation. It's happening in spaces, and the community can actually listen. Like, all right, this is very very kumbaya, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel in that way. I don't know, guys, how much cross chain you guys are, but I am, right? I'm all over the place. I'm going to AVAX spaces. I've been in Tron spaces with the guy Justin himself, and these spaces on Tron. What a warm community there too, man, right? These people are just so sweet, right? And warm and having you on stage. They were even trying to pay my ticket to go to Japan
Oh, that's
for
cool.
that token thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that, last September or something? And I was like, "Ah, I can't," but just it was just such good vibes, right? So going to a different space, AVAX is a very nice community as well, right? They have their space, and sometimes it doesn't show up on your timeline on your recommended spaces, and it might seem like these chains are not active, but they are. It's just that because you're not interacting with people from there much on your timeline, so it doesn't get to be prompt on your space overview, right? But you can go to that section of spaces on your in your menu, and then go look for spaces, right? And so step out of uh, the echo chamber sometimes that you're in. I think that's most important on Twitter if you want to make new connections and not feel like you're just recycling the same people all the time in the same chains, right? Even though you might have a favorite chain for sure, right? But never be a maxi somewhere. So these other chains that they have community too, they have their tokens too, and I'm holding some of the big tokens of some chains when it comes to meme tokens, right? I'm holding a Brett on base. I'm holding Andy on BNB. I have Tron guy on Tron and something with a chicken, and so because I know that every chain will get volume, and I know that these meme tokens are going to steal the show. Their biggest meme tokens are going to go first, right? And they will steal the show. So it's such a no-brainer, these
Mm-hmm.
things. When it comes to my meme plays, yeah, I'll just dunk it back in there and be like, oh, wait for alt season to happen over there. and a chain will pop off, that meme will pop off, and then I'll go look at it back again, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also Cardano, right? I mean, everybody's like, hey, Cardano is such a good community. I mean, they rarely step out of the echo chamber themselves. I got to say that. But they have so much knowledge. There's so many geeks on there. I love talking to them because I learned so much from them. I have learned so much in the developing area, right? They actually have a lot of geeks on there. Even the people that are just the people they're so different from being a DJ, right? So you're in their space, it's totally different. You know, they a lot of them taught me how to code and everything. They're really technical, even if they are not developers themselves. They do have a lot of technical information like that, and I was just amazed and just flabbergasted. I was like, ah, I should have been in their spaces sooner, right? Because that's actually how I learned to do all that stuff. And then they are very technical people, so you know, solving a lot of problems that way. And of course, they have a big meme token on there called Snack. Maybe we should invite Snack. RGB is advocate ambassador for it. They have their own energy drink, Snack energy drink and stuff. Snack is the biggest meme coin on Cardano. So FYI, just to name some tickers. So it's bullish to go in other spaces and talk to people on other chains, right? And get the alpha this way. And net worth again, right? Sometimes you get uh, yeah, told by somebody, hey, look at this or look at this, right? And it's like, all right, let's have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get some alpha this way. So yeah, you guys, I think it's time. I think it's time to for a while to just rub myself off screens, play some music. Yeah, what's the ticker?
Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a gat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1000X is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Absolutely. Well, we had some great tickers coming along, some great projects. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to be in the crypto moonlight. If you follow Lam right here, right, you know where to get into that, get that link going. And yeah, I'd love to see you back again tomorrow in the same time, same space. Tick.
Stay bullish, fam. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Stay bullish. I love that. You got to stay bullish.